Oh, I think we're live. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Miss Fisher. I am your host, Miss Phins. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Welcome to Tool Tuesday. Welcome to Tool Tuesday. Just trying to finish setting up one couple things here real quick for us for the show. Save this puppy here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, guys? I made a mistake because I wanted to. Well, I don't know. Is it a mistake or did I set up the community? Because I knew exactly what they would say, and I was right. I explain in a second, but ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Holy smokerooskies, man. It's gonna be a It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. Today it's gonna be a lot of fun. Today's Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, like we always do every single Tuesday. We discuss our team. We talk about what it is that we're going on, how can we improve, and essentially, the most important thing is how did our quarterback do? We're trying to make him the $300 million man, but is he worth $300 million? Did he show us what we needed to see for $300 million? We're about to discuss that, guys. So thank you so much. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. You guys already know what I'm gonna ask. Go ahead and hit that like button for us. Let everybody know we are live, guys. It is day 2 of the new year. So happy New Year's to everybody in case you didn't see yesterday's show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got a little more sleep today or last night. Not that much, but still more than I did the day before. That's for sure. As always, guys, it is public service announcement. Go ahead and remember, debate the opinion, be kind to each other. We know not everybody what do you call it? We don't know what other people are going through right now. The holiday season tends to be tough for a lot of people, so let's be kind to each other, guys. Okay, you could always find Miss Fins Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, every Monday to Friday, as well as Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. on League Wide Wednesdays. for the season. So thank you so much for that. Also, too, guys, become a member of the channel if you want to go ahead and support. It really be honestly tremendous way of you saying you support the channel and you value my time. Honestly, I appreciate that, and shout out to all of the members who do take that little extra step and become members, man. Every little bit, it really does help. And again, you guys don't have to, but I appreciate all those who are able to. I know it's the holiday season, so things get to be a little bit tighter for most. That's why, listen, guys, it's a blessing that you guys even take the little extra initiative to be members. If you are able to be a member, that's great. If you're not able to be a member, for whatever reason, that's totally fine. Hit the like button, share the channel, subscribe, get other people to subscribe. That is the easiest way to support the channel. It is 100% free. Um, so yeah, if you can still help out the channel. So I don't want you to feel like you're stuck. Oh, I have to subscribe. No, I mean, I have to become a member. No, you don't. I want you to. If you can become a member, become a member. Um, but it really does help out the channel if you also do the likes, the shares, the subscribe. Those also help out the channel. If you're not able to, do it monetarily. And we still have super chats, super thank you, super thanks. So remember that as well, guys. But if you're old school like me, you want to do Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We also have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and 100% of your donation through these means do go to the creator, because YouTube loves to take half of everything. It's like a divorce. But anywho, and last but not least, as always, guys, like I always say, we win together, we lose together. Dolphins for life. And it's okay. No, we took a massive L. We took a few L's this past Sunday. But we're gonna talk about it. So no biggie. I mean, by no biggie, I mean good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say good morning to you guys. Who's in here? Aqua Vision, welcome. How you doing, sir? Good morning. Edward, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Edward? Good morning, Chris. Welcome. Aww. Thank you for these kind words. See, I just want to say, God bless to everyone. Take care of yourself, even if you don't think so. There are people who love you and want you to be around as long as possible. Treat yourself as a temple. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Love yourself. And thank you, Chris, for those kind words. Really, really pretty, and I appreciate that. Um, seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, man. Absolutely. Hooked up Joe. Good morning. The last game of the regular season already. Thank goodness it is in our last of the year. Enjoy every minute. The season is almost over. Not really. The season is not almost over. Sunday night I need to hear Phins for the win. For real, me too. Good morning, Timothy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I hope so too, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm hoping Ravens loss is the last of the season. If that is the case and the Miami continue to win for the rest of the season, then ladies and gentlemen, Miami Dolphins will be your 2023-2024 Super Bowl winners. And that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Good morning to you, Timothy. Thank you so much for coming through. Ronnie Ann, welcome. Welcome. Let's go, Bills. What are you talking about? I get it, Ronnie. It gets frustrating sometimes, but it's okay. You know what? You know you're welcome here. You know we love you. Good morning, Ryan. Welcome. Good morning, sir. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. Ryan says assessment of season. We are one of the best teams in the NFL, period. We don't even know how good we can be because we never had a fully healthy team all season. Lots to look forward to moving forward. Yes, sir. You're 100% right. Absolutely. You know what? It's 100% right. You know what I mean? But How did the Miami Dolphins lose this game? Okay, so I set up the community. I'm not gonna lie, and I did this on purpose because I was like, let me. And I only did this because it was the New Year's because I had a feeling I knew where this was going. So I did excuse me, I did a community post and I asked you guys, who do you blame for the loss, offense, defense, coaching, and I also put whole team. What I wanted to put was special teams to see where you guys would do it. But I knew the majority of you guys would go ahead and put the whole team. Why do you think it was the last option? It was a setup. I knew you guys would put the whole team or the majority of you guys. Right now is at 63% of you guys. We had over 150 votes. So I knew you guys were gonna go ahead and pick the whole team. That's why I put it. It was a social experiment, and yet again, I was right. But in reality, it should have been what I did yesterday. Did you blame offense, defense, special teams, coaching? Interestingly enough, if you even take a look at the one that is, the other three, 11% went to offense, 14% went to defense, 12% went to coaching. So fairly even. So it kind of encompasses the same thing that you can say the entire team. So this to me, this particular question I asked, um, I knew, I knew what I was gonna get as an answer. So it wasn't 100% what I wanted to get because it was more of let me see. And oh boy, did you guys comment on that one? Oh man, did you guys comment on that one? And I got some more posts, guys, for the community post because honestly, excuse me, I love it. It's fun asking you guys what you guys think. But ladies and gentlemen, let's start out with this game. It is still Tuesday, and like we evaluate our quarterback in detail. Take a look at what he's doing, how is he doing it, and yeah, and whether or not this is what we need. Excuse me. Let's see here. So let's come over here. There you go. Oh, there's me. Ladies and gentlemen, your QB today. Tua Tagovailoa went for 22 or 38. He had 237 yards. He had two touchdowns, two interceptions, 57.9 completion percentage, and a 71.9 passer rating. Statistically speaking, one of the worst games Tua has had. Did he meet the two touchdowns minimum that we look for? Yes. And like I said, when it comes to interceptions, we want zero or max one. When it comes to completion percentage, we ask at least 65.7%. He got 57, failure. Um, yeah, this was a horrible game from Tua. It is. It's a bad game from Tua. Absolutely a bad game. And let's do this too. Forget, forget the fact that, um, forget the statistics for a second. If you would have watched that game, regardless of the statistics, the eye test would tell you that was a really bad game by Tua. Absolutely wide open, guys. Completely missed. Throwing the ball into triple, quadruple, even five druple. I don't even know how to say quintuple. I don't even know the correct word. Someone tell me what the correct word would be with five people in coverage. to putting his players in dangerous positions to get killed. What else? Those two interceptions was just bad. Both of them he stared down, and both of them were. I mean, the guys were triple or quadruple covered. Why? And this is the thing. Tua has been doing that all season long, ladies and gentlemen. All season long, Tua Tagovailoa has been thrown to triple and quadruple coverage all season long. The only difference is this time they picked him off. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. They picked him off. Good morning, Buy Stocks. Welcome. Welcome. Delusional Patriots fan, welcome. Good morning. That's the only difference. Nothing else is different. Tua Tagovailoa has been throwing to triple and quadruple coverage all season long. They just don't pick him off because either they drop the pick or the receiver is able to make a ridiculous catch. So, well, good morning, Pseudo Spike. Welcome. In reality, he had about, he got those two picks. He probably had another, what do you call it? Two more picks minimum that he could have had in that game. Minimum. Throwing to such dangerous places and then the ball placement. See, I know Tua is the most accurate quarterback of all time, but ball placement is something very specific when it comes to accuracy. And his ball placement was really bad this past Sunday. I mean, throwing behind his receivers, overthrowing guys. But Miss Phins, he had four non-starting O linemen. But has that ever stopped him from being effective on the field? That's the status quo this entire season. You know what I mean? It hasn't changed. What's up, Epps? Welcome. Look at him, member for 2 months. Man, that's awesome. I appreciate you, Epps. Thank you so much, man, for being a member for 2 months. And you're one of my you are literally my first member, man. Thank you. You say Tua sucks, thus team sucks. I'm probably done. Okay, get off the ledge, bro. Tua had a bad game. Okay? In this game, Tua super sucked. But Tua's not a horrible quarterback, so let's not do that. Tua is a good quarterback. Okay? A good quarterback that can run this offense. And this is not a bad team, man. This is a highly top five talented team. So let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Um, yeah, we're perfectly fine. It's just we gotta point out, what we're seeing right now. That's all. And this one was a doozy, man. This one was a doozy. This was one, and I watched the conference, the press conference. Tua said it. He said it himself, guys. It's one thing I will say. Tua takes ownership. He understands. He knows he messed up. You know what I mean? And now he needs to take that next step. You know what I mean? Learn from his mistakes. One thing I can say consistently, ladies and gentlemen, Tua Tagovailoa, when he's had a bad game, he's been able to learn from those mistakes and respond very well the next game. Hence, one of the major reasons why the Miami Dolphins this season, whenever we come off a loss, we typically get a good win following that. You know what I mean? Good morning, Buy Stocks. Welcome. Dolphin Dawn, welcome. Jeremiah, welcome. Happy Tuesday morning, Miss Phins. Hope you're well and good. Thanks so much. I am. Let's smash that like button. People on the way in, yes, let's do it. But that's what we're dealing with right now, guys. He's gonna have to learn from this, learn from the tendencies, and kind of move forward. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. Look, this is a bad loss for the Dolphins, but the Baltimore Ravens, we're gonna do this to any defense. Period, guys. Look at what they did to the number one NFC team the week before. Look at what they did to the 49ers. Lamar and that offense destroyed that team. So did that defense. Like, we already knew. Unfortunately, and this is another reason why and this is why, and I said this yesterday, I can't put it 100% on the defense, man. We knew Lamar was gonna eat. Period, man. He's a top 5 quarterback for a reason. You know what I mean? He's a the definition of a dual threat quarterback. Good morning, V21. Hey, listen. I get it. I know we've said it. You know what I mean? He's got to learn from this. He's got to learn from it. But he's still a developing young quarterback, guys. Tua has to continue to learn from this. You know what I mean? Um, but the Ravens were gonna do this regardless to any defense. Period. What we really needed more than anything else, and this is why I said this. When is the offense gonna step up? We needed the offense to go blow for blow because we knew their offense was gonna be high powered, regardless of whatever defense we had. We knew this. We knew this. We knew they were gonna be high powered. We needed this defense um to match blow for blow, and that's where we lost the game. Our offense did not match blow for blow. Our defense got cooked. I get that, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But if your offense can't match blow for blow, regardless, it doesn't matter what your defense can do. If your offense can't put up points, you're not going nowhere. And I'm telling you this, man, it's a bummer because year two in this offense, year two as a coaching this offense for McDaniel, this year two for Tua Tagovailoa and this system. And I told you this after the Tennessee Titan game. You need to have you need to have plays in your pocket where if you're seeing tendencies from the defense to be able to call as a quarterback. After your rookie contract, it's over, man. You are tagged a veteran at that point. You know what I mean? And I get it. Yes, yes, yes. You can't be throwing touchdown passes and dropping them. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not gonna not acknowledge that. Let the Dolphins score them extra 14 points, and I wholeheartedly believe that this game would have been a little bit different. I still think the Ravens would have won. And again, this game I had, and this is why it didn't hurt me like the Kansas City game because I wholeheartedly believe we could have won that game. But the Ravens game, It's one of them 3 games I told you guys yesterday. I had us losing regardless. I'm like, I looked at the schedule and I'm like, yeah. End of the season away after what 3 home games? Yeah, that's an L. Absolute L. You know what game I have us winning no matter what? That was an absolute win for us. Next week, I knew this season was splitting with the Bills. 100%. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something. Versus Baltimore, you see the stats. That's why I keep it up. So far away this season, Tua Tagovailoa is 179 completions to 168 attempts. He's got a 66.8 completion percentage. He's got 2,166 yards whenever we're playing away, averaging 8.1 yards per play. He's got 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and a 93.9 passer rating. That's when he plays away. Those are pretty good numbers, guys. Those are pretty good numbers. Tua Tagovailoa right now in the season is number one in the league with 4,451 yards. He's tied for fourth with 28 touchdowns, tied for 107 second with only 12 interceptions. He's 13th with 53.8 QBR this season. That has been tough because he's such a good quarterback that in these games you have to ask like what did he see or what hasn't he seen? You see what I mean? Even in the month of December, this has been a pretty good month of December for him. Out of all 5 games we played in December, ladies and gentlemen, Tua Tagovailoa went 108 completions of 156 attempts. He had a 69.2 completion percentage in that in the month of December alone. 1,271 yards, averaging 8.2 yards per play, 6 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, which was the one versus the Ravens, and 101.3 passer rating. Good morning, Manolo. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Jose. Welcome. Michael Myers. Welcome. Good morning. Awesome name. Guys, on your way in, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, guys. Honestly, it lets me know you guys are, you guys are seeing here. Everybody on Twitter and Twitch, thank you so much for watching us during Twitter and Twitch. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, some of these Fins fans make me question their real loyalty to Miami. Well, Michael Myers, why, man? Everybody can fan the way they want. See, this is one thing I'm an advocate for. Everybody fan the way you want to fan. If you see turmoil. If you see nothing but rainbows and sunshine, then see nothing but rainbows and sunshine. If you're gonna critique like I am and be critical of your team, analyze, see what we can do better, and kind of go from there. Take a look at the tendencies. Take a look at what we haven't done. How can we improve? You know, I'm right there with you. You know what I mean? And if you want to be a super homer and like this team can do nothing wrong, nothing wrong with that either. If you just became a fan 2 weeks ago, or if you've been a fan for 300 years, you're more than welcome over here with Miss Phins. That's exactly why I have this show. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But like I always say, guys, if you're debating, debate, debate till your heart contents. I love debates, but be kind to each other. Remember, you're debating the opinion, not the person. So when you debate and you rebuttal, make sure it's on the opinion and not the person. Be kind to each other, guys. Okay? Be kind. Good morning, Ray Finkel. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember, guys, please hit that like button. It really does help out the channel so much. So much. So please, please do that. I'd really appreciate it. Whew. Let's continue. Now, it's not around there. Good morning, Jose. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this and the reason why I put in the reason why I give you guys the stats is so you guys can see the progression, how we improve, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Where Tua has been this year. I mean, he is projected to have over 4,700 yards this season. Did we think he was gonna get that? Good morning, Saxman. Welcome, Lance. Welcome, welcome. Listen. Um. Good morning, Dolphinier. Welcome. But we have to acknowledge when our quarterback played bad, and this was a bad game. This was a bad game. I mean, missing wide open checkdowns, bro. That's the part that annoys me. I mean, I was literally yelling at the TV. I was like, and I forgot where I was for a minute. Like, when you're so into the game that you literally forget who you are around. And I'm like literally like just yelling at the TV, like, what are you doing? The check down is right there. This game was the definition of Tua not taking what the defense gave him. And then in the fourth quarter, nah, we're gonna try to take the check down. Nah, we're gonna try to get the underneath. Like, bro, you're already down by like 600 points. We needed you to do that in the first quarter, man. We needed you to do that in the second quarter, in the third quarter. We needed to come out swinging in the second half instead of being lackadaisical and having no sense of urgency. That's a frustration for me, and part of that is on McDaniel, man. How do you come out there flat? You know what I mean? Like it's like we weren't down by 4 touchdowns at that point. I believe. I mean, now I gotta look at this garbage again. This is pure people. That's what it is. That's what it is. Pure frustration. It's like, come on, bro. Like we came out flat as if we were up by 12 or only down by a touchdown. This stupid game already. This is one of the things, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna quarter for quarter at the half. When we finish at half, I expect them. Oh God, this flipping hard knock. I'm not even gonna watch it, guys. My family and I, it is family nights. In case you guys were wondering, which is why I don't always get to see Hard Knocks is because family night. We go out movies. How we do our family night. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for years. I mean, years. And and yeah, like I absolutely what do you call it? I love my family night. And you know what? Family's first. Family's first. Family gotta be first. And there are times when I'm like, but this Dolphins team. This is why I have to protect my heart, because we love our team so much that I was hurt this season. When I tell you that I was contemplating some stuff. I was hurt this season. That Kansas City game hurt me the most this entire season. Losing to the Bills. I'm like, whatever. I had us losing away anyways. I have us winning, straight up winning next week at home because I had us splitting with the Bills. Period. I'm not even. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss it because remember today's the last day, really, that we go any ham until the previous week, unless it's league wide Wednesdays. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is the AFC East show in the morning. We're gonna take a look at obviously all of our opponents and the division and everything, the implications, all that good stuff in the morning, and then tomorrow night is gonna be League Wide Wednesday. Um, season 2, episode 18. Man, can't believe this already. It's flipping awesome. Um, yeah, with this year's current co-host, Mr. Color Commentary. Go check that out. 8 p.m. tonight. I mean tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Um, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and we have a special Friday show. We have Red, White, and Bills. It's gonna be doing the game preview with us. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. I'm gonna need your help because I'm sure the Bills fans are gonna come. So I'm gonna need you guys' help. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Finished second AFC East. That's funny. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Who else did I see here? Mark. How you doing? Good morning, Mark. Um, oh, you man, you guys are hilarious. Buy stocks. Are you a Bills fan? No, you're a Dolphin fan. You're a Dolphin fan. Yeah. I mean, you could be a Bills fan. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I got so many Bills fans, Jets fans, Patriots fans. Like I love all you guys. You guys know if you're a Miss Phins fan, you guys know. Good morning, Miami kid. Welcome. Um, listen, it's a house divided for me. My father is a Patriots fan. Oh, and he was happy when they lost to the Bills. He's like, "Ooh," I was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I know, whatever." You guys right now pretty much have the third overall pick because Washington has a worse strength of schedule, and depending on next week, you guys will probably lose to the Jets on purpose. Give them their little win, and if Washington wins and Carolina wins, then you look at the number 2 overall. Oh, he was happy when I said that. I mean, we talked about the tankathon and everything. It was awesome, man. But yeah, it's I love talking to my daddy. I love talking to my mom too. My mother, mom, I love you. Daddy, I love you too. But um, but yeah, he's a Patriots fan, so I literally have to deal with this at home. Well, not my home. I have my own home, but whenever I see my parents. Um, Dolphin fan since Marino, love it by Sock. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, what was I gonna say? He is so right now. It's tough, man. It's tough in this division because I still think Tua's the best quarterback in this division. Spence, you gotta be crazy. Josh Allen's about to win the division. Blah blah blah. Relax, people. First of all, he's gonna have to run through us to get that. Could they win? Yes, we know, but I'm not gonna discuss that game now. I'm stuck on this game because that's what we're talking about, Tua. This massive loss that we got. No thanks to him. It was a massive loss we took. You know? How also realizing why Baltimore got rid of Deshaun Elliott. Thus in coverage. Oh, oh. 48-20. Ah, put it back, bro. I like that comment. Ah, don't worry. I still get to see it, thank God. I like this comment, Mr. Finished. Second place. I love it. 48-20, 10-2, 158. Yeah, that's exactly what we had to finish to deal with. You can do whatever you want, Miss Finn. Something I still yell. It's morphin time. Yes, it is. Oh my God, delusional. Ask your dad if he wants Marvin Harrison Jr. or a QB like Caleb. Personally, I want Marvin Harrison Jr. Hey, Mom. Morning. Yes. Well, there's my mother. Uh, Aquavision. That's right. It's Mike K, Miss Finn. Who's Mike K? Who's Mike K? Aquavision? No. No, no, don't tell me that. That's not Mike K. No. If it's what I think you're saying. That's not Mike K. Um, yeah. Oh, put it into the 105. Oh, okay, 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 okay. 5 of 12. You think Tua's better than Allen? Yeah. You're saying he okay. Miami kid, yes, I scream for Watson too, people. Let's not remember. Is that you? Is that you, Michael K? Is this you? Oh, no way. Like, good morning, Dad Dean. Welcome, welcome. If this is you, Michael K, thank you so much. And way better name than the other one. Because, I don't really like the other name. Most certainly it is. Ah, good morning, Michael K. Honestly, I completely forgot that was your name. Thank you so much for using this name. Thank you. Yes, I will gladly say Mr. Finich second. That's fine. It's okay. Hey, listen, that's your job. You know what I mean? Like that's I absolutely love it when when you come in here, man. I love it, love it, love it. So Saxman will welcome. Good morning, Miss Vince. Good morning to you, Dad Dean, as well. Thank you so much. Um Jose says, I miss Mike G. I can care less for Chosen or Fuller. You know what? I miss Mike G too, sir. Okay? I'll tell you this. If to and this is the stuff that gets me irked so much with Tua, bro. If Tua Tagovailoa would stop throwing to our tiny wide receivers like they're Mike G, then I think we would be fine. Holy smokes, did you not see that throw that threw it through? 16 yards in the air that Tyreek had to climb 3 ladders to get, somehow managed to get that ball. And then injured his ankle again. I'm like, what the Tua? This is the stuff that annoys me because it's like, man. Good morning, banana. Welcome, banana. God, it irks me so much. It irks me so much that he keeps throwing to these midget receivers, man. Like if they're 6'5" with a wingspan of 10 feet. Like it irks me every time. I will always complain about that with Tua. Like you do not, and then we're gonna throw a damn fade route to them on top of that. Like it's just it makes no sense to me. And my McDaniel, why on earth would you put that receiver for that particular play? Come on, bro. What are we doing? Tua has played with short receivers his entire career, though. Fine, I get it. Listen, I'm aware he played with 5 first rounders when he was in Alabama. In Ruggs, in Smith, in Waddle, in Judy. And what's the other dude? Give me the fifth dude, guys. I know you guys know who the fifth receiver was. He had 5 first rounders as his receivers. I am fully aware. But this is the NFL, man. You're throwing to these tiny guys when they're covered with 4 players, literally draped on all of them, and then expect them to catch an insanely high ball. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that I don't like. Come on, bro. That is not a recipe for success. It's not. It's not. It's a low percentage ball. Period. Now, don't get me wrong. Throw the same ball to the same dude, exactly the same way, and he got nobody. He's butt naked. Then fine. But when they have to go up, climb that ladder to get those, and then come down, try to save their bodies. Come on, man. Come on. No, ABAB, and good morning to you, sir. It is Tua Tuesday, and like we always say, we break down Tua's play and point out to certain things that Tua needs to clean up. I'm never gonna apologize about that. And this is what I mean. Like another one. We finally get a turnover. Finally. First play. First play, man. First pass. Right down the middle. What happens? Good morning, Anthony. Welcome. Welcome. Right down the middle. Picked off. That was the most deflating. Oh, and I know this defense was probably like, what else do you need from could the Miami Dolphins not win? Could this offense not score if our defense literally doesn't score? If a defense doesn't literally get the ball back for them within the 10 yard so they can score a touchdown? Is that what we're saying, guys? Could this offense not move the ball down the field to score? Is that what we're saying? This high-powered number one offense overall, the highest scoring offense this season. You're telling me that they cannot score unless the defense has to play astronomically well so that the offense can do their job? Come on, bro. What are we talking about? And what the heck is the point of this offense? And this is where I get frustrated. This is where I heard somebody the other day say this was not an offensive led team. What the Oh, I know who it was, and I'm gonna call him out on it. I remember who it was. It was Mr. Lewis from TFTG. Yes, Lewis, if you're listening to me, I'm calling you out. You know I love you. But I wholeheartedly disagree on you saying this team is offensively driven. When has this team been offensively driven? And the different regimes throughout the last 25 years, and every single time this has been a defensively led team. Period. Every time. Every time. Even with our offensive head coaches. Even with the offensive head coaches, this has been a defensive led team. Period. 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 If the defense doesn't do their job, which is play at an insane level, what is this defense capable of doing? Those are the questions we got to start asking. What is this QB capable of doing if he doesn't get the ball within the red zone by the defense and getting an insane stop from the defense to give the ball back? What and positive field? What, you know what I mean? And this is the thing, and I get it. Look, I get it, people. You're not gonna want to like. This is our guy. This is our guy, by the way. Let me. This is why I need people to understand. Tua Tagovailoa is our quarterback. He's gonna be our quarterback for the next 8 years. About to get $300 million from the Miami Dolphins, and there's nothing we can do about that. Nothing. Nothing we can do about that. Uh, AB, I don't get your question. Yeah, Tua had all first rounders in college. That's a fact. I don't understand what your question is. What is that supposed? What? I don't get what you're talking about. What about the other QBs? Yeah, they also had first rounders too. Tua had the most, but they also had first rounders too. I don't get what your question is. Yeah, nah. Is there a question or is that just a statement? And yeah, he did have first rounders actually. He had the most first rounders in college. Go back to it. And I hate Alabama. Did they even win? Oh, I hope they lost. Did Alabama win last night or did they lose? Oh, please tell me they lost. Because I hate Alabama. Now I'm going to find out. Alabama. I think that's it. Yes! Oh, thank God. And I can't stand Michigan. I just really hate Alabama. Oh, yes. Ah. Oh, you must have not. I see what you mean. I think you didn't hear. Someone else had a different question and I was answering their question. So yeah, I think you came in at the tail of that, but that's that's probably what. Yeah. So I don't think you heard the beginning of that. And we were having a conversation about that. About receivers. That's all. So you came at the tail end of that. But oh, yes. I'm so happy. See, Alabama should have never been in the playoffs, in my opinion. It should have been FSU. This is why you get a team like Alabama. I don't care about their pedigree. They lost in the season. They should have never been there. They should have never been there. It should have been FSU, period. But there you have it. Your garbage play, giving Alabama a easy win. Look at that. garbage. Anyways, but I'm just glad it's not Alabama. I am a happy camper. Let me move on. Miami kid. Okay. That pick before the half is just not good awareness or good player IQ. Yeah. Yeah, I can't deny that, man. I cannot deny that. 100% is 100% true. Um, but would that be the only one where there was not good awareness? Could you say all the other ones he threw that were also in six drupal coverage were also not good awareness? You know what I mean? Yeah, no. But it is what it is. Misfits, obviously, you didn't see Georgia 63, Florida straight 3. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't watch college football. No, to be honest with you, I don't. Too many schools, whatever. I have my favorite schools, don't get me wrong. There's schools that I will watch. Obviously, University of Miami, that's number one. Let's go, you. And I'm a Florida girl, so I'll watch the Florida teams. But, no, I don't. I like college football really like that. I prefer the pros. They're gonna end up anywhere there or not. So, how about the throw to Cedric for TD, a rifle pass? Okay, see now we're gonna go ahead and try to talk about what about this pass? What about it? It was a beautiful TD pass. Like okay, people mention certain passes or certain touchdowns as if, oh my gosh, take a look. No, because Tua Tagovailoa has been doing that his entire career, guys. This man has thrown some dimes where I'm like, oh my god, that was sexy. Look at that pass. Holy smokes. Look at that touchdown. Come on. See, I'm not impressed by that because I expect it from my quarterback. I expect it from my quarterback. Good morning, C. Huffle. But I'm going to tell you this 500 yards of offense. Listen to this, what I'm about to say 500 yards of offense, 17 points scored. What team did we play against that had those numbers? 500 yards of offense, 17 points scored. Mm? Sup, Kenna? Good morning, sir. Five? No, no. Mm-mm. It's a team we were playing against last year. It's a team we played against last year. 500 yards of offense. That team had, and they only scored 17 points. Come on, you guys should know this. You guys should know this. Lamar is 2-2 versus 2, so that's a wash right there. They're even versus each other. I'm gonna make it easier. We only scored 20 points. That should give it away. We only scored 20 points. They scored 17. 5. Thank you. Thank you so much. It took the Buffalo fan to say it. It took the Buffalo fan to say it. Thank you very much. Yep, literally 500 yards of offense, guys. What I'm trying to say here is the W's is what's most important. We got to get the W's. 2,000 yards don't matter. Tyreek, McDaniel, MVP don't matter. Tua, McDaniel. Oh, if I make you an MVP, I came and did my job. No. Your job is to get us a Super Bowl, Mike McDaniel, not to make Tua an MVP. If that's a result of us, having such a great year that Tua Tagovailoa becomes the MVP, that's just a result of it. It should be, let's go get these W's. Let's go get and put ourselves in the best position to win a Super Bowl. It shouldn't be 2,000 yards, McDaniel. It should be, we're going to put the best offense out there. We're going to utilize our number one weapons so we can maximize the potential of this team, give ourselves the best chance to win. And if 2,000 yards is the result of that, then so be it. So the individual stats don't matter. Not the towards development. You want to see that. You want to see towards development. You want to see, okay, how did he do from year one to year two? From year two to year three? From year three to year four? From year four to year five? We already said this, and I said this all season long, guys. Oh no. Wait, please. I hope I don't have hiccups now. But I said this all season long, guys. You want to see the progression in your QB. This is still a young QB. This is still a developing QB. He's not a finished product by any means. This is another game that I know the kind of player he is, and what we're doing as a team with him. Tua Tagovailoa will have to digest this game in a very short period of time, learn from his mistakes, and pivot. Because we got week 18 now, we get to close out the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. I knew this was going to happen. I'm like, it's going to be either Saturday night or Sunday night. And this was in preseason when I saw the schedule. I'm like, bro. So, Ty Geek is all about himself. You know what? At times I feel that way, but nah. He knows that if he's part of bringing a Super Bowl to Miami, he's immortal. Period. 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 This is why the Miami Dolphins position is so enticing to anybody that comes here because they know if they can get Miami, the legendary Miami Dolphins, to a Super Bowl and win, you're goaded, man. That's a stamp of approval. That's you call your shot. You go to any team you want. You get paid whatever money you want. That's what that means. They know this. They know this. Who behind me? Hold on, guys. That's funny. Ah, Michael K. Go back to the other dude. I like the other profile better. Uh, sorry, my computer's about to die, so I have to plug her in. Here. So this is again and we're treating him like we did in the 1980s, 90s QBs. We're gonna give him time to develop. He's gotta learn from this. He's got to take what the defense gave him. And you know what? I expect Tua to do it because I wholeheartedly believe he can. Whether you believe Tua Tagovailoa is the guy or not, because I know a lot of people still don't think. I get that. I understand that. And if that's your opinion, I 100% respect it. You know what I mean? And if you think Tua is the guy and he's gonna be getting all this money, and he's the guy we gotta put everything behind him, then I absolutely, totally get what you're saying, and there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You believing that Tua's the guy, or that Tua's not the guy. Nothing wrong with that. What I want you guys to see is that he's still a young QB. He's still a young QB. No one's a finished product. Let me put it to you this way. CJ Stroud, who came out here blazing glory this season and just took over the league as a rookie, he's a young QB. He's still gotta develop. He's still gotta get his bearings. And every QB develops different. Tua left a lot on the field. He's a one read quarterback. Lance, I understand that that's the feeling because he's a spot thrower. And we know this. We know this. How can we utilize his skills, McDaniel? Because this is for him. Because I hope he watches this show. That'd be super cool. I know his team probably does. Because that'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the receivers from Alabama, you could say Waddle has put up the best numbers. The guy Tua throws to. Second best. Second best. Yeah, second best. Some people would say third best. I think second best behind Jamar Chase. I still think Jamar Chase doesn't matter. What do you mean, Miss Fans? Waddle had the rookie record. True, true. I get it. 104 receptions as a rookie broke the record. I get that. I was there. I watched it. Back to back 1,000-yard seasons. I get that. It's true. Yeah. See, this is what I mean. AB. Oh, my apologies. You are 100% right. Chase is from LSU. My apologies. You are 100% right. Out of all the ones who, I don't know what I was thinking with Chase. Again, you're 100% right. I guess if you have to pick from Alabama, wait, you don't think Devontae Smith is doing well? Well, we already know Ruggs. He gave up his life literally for a dumb decision. Hold on. Is it me or let me see? We'll check out one more time. Let me check out one more time. Let me check one more QB. Not QB. Receiver. Where is he? Where is he? That's not what I'm looking for. What is this? Yes, we know this. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You can't deny it. Even is that the guy that I missed? Jerry Judy? Out of the five I was talking about with Tua? Yeah, Waddle has to be the best one. I give you that. AB. I didn't say Smith is not doing well. I said better numbers. Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Devontae with Tua would be dynamic. Possibly. I mean, I can't deny that. Possibly. Yeah, yeah. That I gotta give you. I gotta give you that. Yeah. Let's see. Ah, do we need to have another? Do we need to have another schooling session of the word hater, ladies and gentlemen? Because I critique my quarterback as I should. I analyze his play, see where he needs to do better. Yeah, yeah, that's as I should. As every fan should. When he does great, ooh, what a sexy throw. Man, that was very smart into it. I give him his props when he earns it, and I call him out when he needs to do better. As I should. As all you guys should. That doesn't make me a hater, guys. I critique him. But obviously, some people put blinders, and if you can't say nothing wrong about Tua, that's the problem I have. If you can't say anything wrong about your quarterback, then I don't know if I can trust your judgment on anybody. If you can, if you can't, if you cannot critique one player, come on, man. We can go off on anybody. We can talk about how, oh my God, Tyreek dropped the, oh, he dropped the touchdown pass. Claypool dropped the touchdown pass. Horrible. We can talk about nobody else. Come on, man. And that's the part. That's the extremes. You know what I mean? I don't live in extremes, man. It's either you must have fealty to your fearless leader too, or perish. Like, no, this first of all, this is not Middle Kingdom. I am not in World of Warcraft, nor am I in Age of Empire. uh, no, but critiquing your quarterback is part of the job. Literally, what I'm here to do. So that's not hating. That's critiquing as I'm supposed to, like I do with everybody else. But guess what? And I tell you, and I have to remind you guys of this. The quarterbacks, they get all the girls, they get all the glory, they get all the attention, they get all the scholarships, they get all the praise, all the commercials, all of it. They also get all the blame and all the criticism. That's what it is when you're the leader of your team. It comes with the job. It is what it is. And now this right here is an absolute fact. Tyreek Hill dropped pass 2 games ago and last week. He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He shouldn't drop those passes. That is true. I can't even deny that. 30 and I started this yesterday. $30 million wide receiver? Bro, you better be catching everything like your life depended on it. $30 million? Practically our entire wide receiver pay on one dude? Yeah, dang right he better be catching everything. But nobody has a perfect game. You see? Balance. You gotta have balance, people. Gotta have balance. But I expect from my $30 million wide receiver to be catching these balls. When the ball and this is just frustrating. That's a perfect ball thrown by Tua. Perfect touchdown throw ball thrown by Tua. Did your chest explode? Because you caught it with both hands and body, and poof, magically it just ended up away from you. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what happened in that play. Because that was a perfect throw by Tua. perfect throw. Get out your feelings if you're mad about me saying that. That TD touchdown to Tyreek that he dropped was a perfect throw. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in that play. I'm like, yeah, what? The entire restaurant was like, yeah, wait, what? In a split second, and I'm like, and you know what? This is also this is also something we have to take into consideration. Tyreek can't catch those anymore because of PTSD from getting nailed. Is that the case? Is he thinking, "Oh, I gotta protect myself before I finish this play?" Am I? And that goes on to the quarterback. Again, I don't like him, but he is right when he said this. Tom Brady said it is the quarterback's job to put their guys in the best positions to make the play and not get them killed. Has Tua put Tyreek in a position where he feels like every time he's gonna get the ball, he's gonna get killed? Did you not see that pass that threw that was behind? Was it the one behind Tyreek? Was it Tyreek? I forgot what receiver it was. It's right in the middle of the field. You guys, I'm sure know this. It was practically almost picked off and it was dropped. The ball was literally thrown behind him. He might have caught it actually, but it was a bad place ball period by Tua. It was thrown behind the receivers going this way. The ball was thrown literally behind him. That's tough. That's tough. Now now I'll tell you this. This is year what 8 for Tyreek, right? Year 8. Come on, bro. You're getting paid $30 million. You're contemplating retirement. That's beautiful, bro. But you're getting paid. This is what you get paid for. Don't you worry. You and your family are gonna be perfectly taken care of afterwards. But this is the big leagues. You have, you have to take this and go with it. This is what you have. This is what you get paid for. And it's tough, man. It is tough. What's up, Pamela? Welcome. Good morning. Happy New Year's, Pamela. I haven't seen you since last year, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. But yeah, this is what we gotta talk about. It's it's frustrating. You know what I mean? Cause we know Tua can do this. We're stuck with him anyways. So I'm a root for my guy regardless. Whether I feel like he is the guy or not. He's the guy we got. He's the guy we're gonna have. We're stuck with him anyways. So I believe he can do it. And the frustrating part is that I cannot believe any more than him. He's got to believe in him. He's got to continue to grow and continue to get better. I can't do it for him. I can't. I cannot continue. I can't out uh I can't out want it for Tua. You know what I mean? Like Tua's got to want it himself. And I know this. I will tell you this. Tua knows exactly what I'm talking about because Tua is the biggest Tua hater out there. Did you not see that press conference? Did you not see that press conference? He said it. It's on me. I had to do better. I gotta put my guys in this position. It's on tour, man. It's on tour, and we can want it all we want, man. I need this kid to do it, man. Tour bowling now will be the greatest thing for the Dolphins. It would be the greatest thing for the Dolphins. And you know what? Hey, you know what? Maybe so, Kenna. Maybe so. Just because you take accountability doesn't mean you have the ability. Maybe so. Maybe you're right. Maybe he doesn't have what it takes to make this happen. Guys, if you can do me a favor, if you can hit that like button for me, man, it really, really would help out the channel, guys. Um, I appreciate it. Maybe so. Maybe this is what we're dealing with right now. You know what I mean? But we need him to do it anyways. Oh my God. Mike K, don't say that, please. Dolphins win equal Tua MVP. Dolphins lose, and it's everyone's fault except Tua. Makes total sense. It's the logic for some people, man. It's the logic for some people. For me, again, and my dad loves to hammer this. It's about balance, people. It's not about extremes. It's about balance. Of course not. This loss is not 100% on Tua. Please. He got to own up to majority of it, though. He touches the ball every single time, A. And B, he's the one making decisions and throwing these balls. When he needed to take the checkdowns, he didn't. He forced the ball. Two picks. Two very bad picks. Where I'm like, 1 to 6 dribble, 7 guys in cut. Now, obviously, now I'm exaggerating. It was legitimately 4 guys covering that one. Who was it? Tyreek? Oh yeah, right, right. We're gonna throw to Tyreek, major receiver, throw the ball high, second mistake. And two, covered by 4 players. But we're still gonna do it. Guys, he does that all the time. He does that all the time. That is the problem. That is what Tua does. But he's gonna be smarter. He's gotta have to be smarter. Because boy, oh boy, we're about to have one rough ride if Tua doesn't become smarter with those throws. Now, one thing I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Tua is one of the best quarterbacks in the league when it comes to protecting the ball. And for him to have a 2 interception game, when I say this, it's a fact. It's extremely highly uncharacteristic of him. Now, I don't say that he doesn't have turnover worthy plays or plays where he should have had more interceptions because he has that every game. The difference is the fact that they're actually made very uncharacteristic. He's actually one of the better quarterbacks to protect the ball. What's up, Carlos? Welcome. Hey, we got CB83 in the building. How you doing, sir? What's up, Miss Phins? We got a lot of new people out and about after the loss. Big game this week. Need a dub. Absolutely. Guys, do me a favor. You gotta check out CB, man. He's having some phenomenal panels and phenomenal shows, like always. So let's go ahead and support him too if you haven't seen him as well. And check out all the content creators, man. We have so many great content creators out there. Dolphins Thirsty is another one. He usually come on at 10. You've got so many other ones like holy smokes, like Miami Fan Talk Show, Miami. Oh, what is it? Phins Talk Sports Network, the Phins Tailgate. You got Finside the NFL. You got. Oh, cry. I can't. Obviously, you know the heavy hitters, the big boys, in DDW and TD, and you've got all these. So you got K Flex. You got so many different. Holy smokes, Stephen D. Like it's too many content creators. Like I can't. It's a lot. But let's continue to support everybody and continue to hit that like button for me, man. It really helps out the channel, okay? Um yeah. But Miss Fins, what is man, it just went away. Where'd it go? Miss Fins, there was a wide receiver open in front of Hill. I know. I know, Carlos. I know. There was. Yes, Kenna. I know. I know. I know. It may not seem like it because Tua takes a lot of risks, but Tua is actually one of the best quarterbacks when it comes to protecting the ball. That's a fact. Take a look at the numbers. Now, when you're watching in game, you're like, Jesus Lord, they just dropped like 3 interceptions. Guess what? Maybe it's the way he throws the ball. Players are not accustomed to rotating differently. I don't know. I can't tell you. They don't stick. Like, those turnover worthy plays, they don't stick, man. That's the tool magic. That's all I gotta carve it up to. You know what I mean? But him having a 2 interception game, it's out of the ordinary. Shout out to the Ravens, man. They took this game, they own it. They're the number one seed for a reason, man. And probably, statistically speaking, represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? Miss Fitz, Larry don't stream anymore? Larry L, you mean? Yeah, it looks like he called it quits. It's I guess he has some issues with YouTube and some stuff, and he's like, I'm done with it, which is sad, man. Larry L, another one of the quadruple OGs, man. Absolutely phenomenal panels. But yeah, it looks like Aqua he's not doing it anymore. Hopefully in the future he'll do it again, but it is what it is. You know? Are you saying I'm delusional? I guess I'm delusional. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But the what do you call it? But that's the thing. We believe in our guy. There's nothing wrong with believing in our guy, man. This is our guy. We're stuck with him. So we need him to progress. There's nothing we can do about that. Even if you don't believe he's the guy, he's the guy. He's the only guy we got. You know what I mean? So we gotta continue to move forward with him and continue to wish him good luck. Oh, my cake is illusion. Oh, well, Bills fan, what are you gonna say? No, I'm just kidding. But but yeah, man, like this is that's the part that's frustrating. Because God, I know he's got the potential to do and be phenomenal. But one thing that we have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, and I know this is gonna trigger some people, but I have to say it because I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I tell you the numbers. I tell you the truth of what's going on. I show you the patterns. There's a massive pattern, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not even just team related. This specifically goes to Tua Money Vailoa. And unfortunately, when the lights are the brightest, when so much is on the line, Tua Tonga Vailoa shrinks. We have after 4 years now, because we're about to close out the season next this week coming up. After 4 years in the league, and you see this every single year, that's called a pattern, people. There is a large enough sample size for us to be able to determine this. And when the lights are the brightest, when there's a lot on the line, when it's a win and get in, or beat this team to get this, or blah, 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 Tua Tagovailoa shrinks. And that's not a personal feeling. That's not now I'm just hating. No, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Take your Homer hat off and take a look at the body of work. it's it's hating because I'm stating a fact. It's not my feeling, ABAB, and that's not hating. Get out your Homer hat. Come on. Come on. Get out your Homer hat. This is what it is. Biggest challenges, he hasn't shown up. Give me a game when things were on the line. When things are on the line, where has he shown up? Can we name how many seasons? How many? Okay, I think his first 2 years were 16, and then we changed to 17 games, right? That's 32, 64, 65, 6. Okay, it's gonna be 66 total games. Obviously, he didn't play all of them, but out of the games he did play, I gotta say, I'm sure this is that out there. Out of all the games he's played, can we in his entire body of work give me 5 games where Tua Tagovailoa, the lights are the brightest in his entire career, and he didn't show. The 2 recent games. Which 2 recent games? Jets, Cowboys. Mhm. What's up, Insanity? Good morning. Happy New Year's. He could have folded in Dallas, but did he do anything in Dallas? He did his job. True. True. He did his job. What's up, Dolphin State of Mind? Happy New Year's, man. Jose, you don't think Tua Tagovailoa has had 5 major games in his career? Come on, bro. What do you mean? Versus the one team that for some reason is Tua's kryptonite is the Tennessee Titans. How many times? I feel like back-to-back years. Beat the Titans, get into the playoffs. Didn't show up. Beat the Titans, get into the playoffs. Didn't show up. This freaking year should have been should have been a layup. I don't put that as a big game, so that's why I don't count it this year. Versus Kansas City to take the number 1 overall seed last year, week 8. Didn't show up. This year to take over the AFC again versus Kansas City. Didn't show up. versus Philly, the number one team in the NFC at the time. Didn't show up. Baltimore Ravens, number one seed in the AFC. Didn't show up. Now, was the Cowboys game a big game? Yes. Cowboys game was a huge game. I don't care how people are gonna. Oh, Cowboys are frauds. No, they're not. Cowboys are the Cowboys. They are a playoff team, the perennial playoff team that will get into the playoffs, get 12, 13 wins this season, and get into the first, second round. They don't get past that, but they get to the first, second round year in and year out. That is the definition of consistency. Now, do they have what it takes to go over the hump? That's what's missing for the Cowboys. But don't throw shade at the Cowboys. There's a perennial playoff team who has the ability to get to the NFC Championship and to the Super Bowl. They just, I don't know what they're missing. I don't know what they're missing. But even versus this Cowboys game, guys, what Song of Our Lord just did his job. One touchdown, no interceptions. Pretty good completion percentage. He came in, he clocked in, he did his job. What do you mean, Vinsanity? Interesting. What are we talking about? Interesting. What's interesting? If it's not win or go home, it doesn't count as a big game. So that's a parameter, Jose, that you use to make it a big game. No, that's not. That's not a big game. Coaching was absolutely part of the Titans game. Again, Titans is not even a big game this year. This year, it's not a big game. I'm just saying how they were a kryptonite to for some reason they are a kryptonite when it comes to on the Dolphins for some reason. We blame coaching for that Titans game. Yeah, well, again, that's what do you call it? Coaching definitely was part of it. That's for sure. But in the Tennessee game, he also had a bad game too this year. But in big games, I know that narrative is versus winning team. It's not about versus winning teams because teams could be literally one game above 500. That's not, like Broncos now are a game above 500. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Oh, somebody still hurt from that Batman law thing. Yeah, boo, Alabama. But it's the teams that have the greatest success at the time we play them. Those are the teams. Those are the matchups. Let me put it to you this way. What I, Miss Fins, because I can't speak for nobody else and what your parameter of what you call a big game or not. Let me put it this way. Playoff caliber teams. For Miss Fins, teams that we could absolutely see in the playoffs that play at a high level, and typically they're the divisional leaders in their division. Those playoff caliber teams, when we face them, those are big games to Miss Fins. Yes, I'm talking to myself in the third person. Those are what I classify as a big game. They're typically the division leaders. They're typically top five in the conference. They're typically the ones that are guaranteed to go to the playoffs. Those are the big games for me that you can kind of measure. Because look, let me put it this way: if there's a Super Bowl winner and there's a team that never makes the playoffs, am I trying to be like the team that never makes the playoffs, or am I trying to shoot for the stars and go for that team that's a Super Bowl winner? I want to be like the Super Bowl winner because I want a Super Bowl. How do I get to measure myself? How do I know if I'm good enough? Where do I need to get better at? How can I improve so I can get to that goal? You see what I mean? That's how I measure it. And for me personally, I'm always going to be shooting to try to be like the Super Bowl winners, the teams that have that potential to be in the Super Bowl. Any top five team in the conference are Super Bowl caliber teams. Those are the teams that I'm gonna actually do it. And you know what? Let's do this because if you guys can go, if you guys can do it, I'm gonna be very interested to hear from some of you guys. I got a couple extra minutes today. I'm feeling frosty, and I want to get challenged today because it's Tour Tuesday. So if you want to come, I need to challenge somebody. Come up here and you tell me how you feel. Yeah, I said it. You tell me how you feel. What's up, Nacho fans? Happy New Year's to you too, man. Okay, it's day two of the New Year's, and I got 30 days of celebrating the New Year's because I always do every year. So, happy New Year's to everybody! If you're just catching the show for the first time this year, happy New Year's to you too. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely, absolutely, happy New Year's, man. Oh, it's a blessing, absolute blessing. Oh man, I love it. I love it. You know what? You know what? Ooh, CB83 asked a great question. I'm gonna steal that question. Ooh, I'm gonna ask this question somewhere else too. Hold up. There you go. Thank you, CB. That's a great question, and I'm totally taking it. But is Tua Tagovailoa an asset or a liability, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, I know you're talking to insanity, but I figured why not? It's a great question. It's a great question. This is why I love being interactive with you guys because you guys ask some great questions sometimes. Oh, I got somebody in the back. Ooh, Pamela in the building. How you doing, Pamela?
I am doing just fine. How are you, ma'am?
Ah, still alive, still kicking. Happy New Year's, man.
I'm so glad you're still kicking because you know what the other part could be? Not kicking
Right?
anymore.
Exactly.
It's not good to not be kicking. But I have to
Exactly.
ask you a question.
Ask me away, ma'am.
What in the world is wrong with wearing a Homer hat? I like my Homer
Nothing.
hat. I wear it all the time. I refuse to take it off. Yes, I'm a Homer, but that probably comes with being a lifetime Miami Dolphin fan. I'm wearing it.
Well, you know what? First of all, Happy New Year to you again. And second, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having your Homer hat. Nothing wrong. I tell people this all the time. I can't tell you how to fan. You know what I mean? Fan
Yeah.
away, however you
Yep.
want. Nothing wrong with being superly optimistic about this team either, or superly pessimistic. You see what I mean? But this is where, and again, this is how it's taught. Is we gotta live within balance. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yes, I'm super optimistic about my team. I'm super optimistic about my quarterback. But I also acknowledge, okay, these are his what are his downfalls? Okay, these
Hmm.
are his downfalls. Where does he need to get better at so that we can see that next level, that next improvement? You see what I mean?
Of
That's
course.
not being a fan. That's just thinking critically, as you would think most adults are capable of doing, and taking a look at where can we improve? Where can he improve? So there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with being a homer, but I also don't think that thinking critically and critiquing is bad either, or being that you're a hater. Like that's no, that's
No, I definitely had my critiques about this game as well, and about other games, um, as well. I definitely had critiques for them. Plenty of blame to go around, if you want to say that. But um, something I had put in a post, um, and Forever Dolphin fans, was that you cannot have a Cinderella story without ugly stepsisters. So we got a couple ugly stepsisters. Now it's time to move on to our Cinderella story.
I like that. I like that. That was funny. That was funny.
And it's
You know
true.
what?
It's true.
You're not wrong. And that my dad calls that contrast. You have to have contrast. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah,
measure yourself if you don't know what to measure yourself against.
correct.
Um, so you have to have contrast, and this adversity that we're in right now is giving us some major contrast from where we want to be. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But I still don't think that acknowledging that we can be better in A, B, and C is a bad thing either, or
Oh
even
no,
that
I
two
don't think
can be
so
better.
either. We got things we need to be better in for sure. And I think a loss like we had Sunday was, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Hmm.
This, a lot of people want to say it's coaches or it's Tua. Well, sorry, it's not. It's everybody.
That is true.
It's
It's
on the
everybody.
team. Team wins, everybody, gets congratulated. Team losses, everybody takes home part of the poo
Blame.
poo prize.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this game, it was terrible. And when I look at I mean, honest to goodness, Claypool's drop, can you ask to have the ball in a better place? But it's on your gut. You got two hands on
Both
it
of them.
and you
Yeah.
cough it up. And Tyreek,
That.
I don't know what's with the man dropping the ball here recently in quite a few big game type situations. And it's unlike him. And I don't get what's going on.
It's true. It's true, and it's frustrating. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Let me bring in Lance real quick. How you doing, Lance?
What's
Hey,
happening?
Lance.
Happy
Hello,
New
what's
Year.
happening? Happy New Year to you and Pam.
Hey, Lance.
Haven't seen
Good
Yeah.
to
you in a
see
minute.
you. Yeah, not since last year, like Miss Phins said.
Right. I love it. But what do you got on this game, Lance? And
Well,
specifically Tua because it's Tua Tuesday. So,
well, what was the question of the day? Is he an
well,
asset
what
or a liability?
asset or a liability? Yeah.
It's both. It, it,
Ooh.
Agreed.
I mean, he's an asset in the first half of the season, and then he's a liability in the second half.
Mm.
Ooh. Wow. I didn't see it like that either. And it's funny because the poll right now is at 50-50, asset and liability. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
'cause
think
it's both. I mean, he's like the greatest quarterback ever in the first half of season. You can't touch him. And then the second half, I don't know what happened. He just, that's it. He loses it.
But
Starts doing stupid stuff.
what responsibility, Lance, do you put on the players around him dropping touchdown passes, dropping huge first down passes, the line being injured and breaking down, you know, I just don't see that it can be on him.
I'm not just
Just
blaming
him.
him, but I mean, that throw to Tyreek, I mean, granted, he felt bad, but still, 30 million, what is it, 30 million a year?
Right.
You make
Tyreek,
that
yeah,
catch.
30 million. He's the highest paid wide receiver right now.
You make that catch. And he knows
You
that.
make that point. Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Agreed.
know
I
what?
mean,
If you
I
have
don't,
to choose either
there's no
one,
good answer.
Mm-hmm.
you're not wrong
But
with that.
then
It's
again, I mean, who are we going to get as a
exactly.
quarterback
There's
that's not
nobody. There's
as
nobody.
good? And if we're going to get someone as good, I might as well just keep them because it is what it is.
Exactly.
Well,
And somebody
everybody
put
needs
earlier
to step
Russell
up.
Wilson. I'm like, why?
We don't
I
want
think
Well,
Russell
nobody stepped up
Wilson.
in that game. There have been players that stepped up. They just, I have no idea what happened to them Sunday. None. That was like the worst game I ever seen the Dolphins play this year.
yeah, it was a team collapse. But then again,
Yeah.
is that more on us or was it more on the Ravens? Because this is the thing. The Ravens were going to do this to any team, and they proved it the week
Right.
before doing it to the 49ers. So we knew that this team, this offense that we were about to face, was going to do this. Like, this was Lamar and company
Well,
was going to do this. You know what I
Well,
mean?
can
well,
I?
I said I think I put it in your chat a while back or someone's chat. They were asking who was going to win, and I was like, look, it's either going to be another game like Dallas where it's going to be up in the air, or we're going to get slaughtered.
Well,
And I didn't want to know how Denver felt when we pounced on them, but now I do.
well, but if you look at that game and you get those two guys catching those two touchdown passes,
Still would have lost.
then pardon me.
We still would have lost.
Well, I don't think you can say that, and here's the reason why. Because when you're calling plays, when you are in a game, a close game, it's a very different way that you call plays if you are chasing a game. So I don't think you could say we
That
would have
is true.
lost. I think it would have been coached differently. We didn't, when you're chasing a big lead like that, you have to play outside yourself. And so we weren't able to continue to play the game that we play. So I
I mean,
don't
there was
think
bad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree, but it's
It changes the trajectory, is what she's saying, which I have to agree with that.
Right.
Having those two
It
extra
could. I mean,
touchdowns
yeah.
at that point, it would have tied the game, if not put us way on top, and it would have been a different call that Ravens would have had to call. You know what I mean? A
Exactly.
But
different game,
that's
Yes.
hard to
and
say
it could
though
have
too,
changed.
because it is Baltimore. I mean, who?
But that's why it's the could part. It could have
Right.
changed the trajectory of the game. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have lost, but
Right.
probably it
I'm
would have
not
been like
either.
a 35-30, versus 56-19 is
Right.
what I'm saying.
But
But
if you're
I
not
mean, the play
chasing a
calling at
huge,
the end, the play calling at the end was horrible too.
yes, and that's kind of my point is that, what we were doing, we were chasing a huge lead. We could have kept running the ball.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there were so many things that got us outside of our game. And I think that being behind, not getting those two touchdowns completely changed what we had to do as a team.
Well, the main thing was
I don't doubt that.
he McDaniel was calling for short yardage almost every other down. When you're down like that, you can't be going for short yardage all the time. You got to hit
Um,
hit those long slants.
I 100% agree with you, Lance. A
But
hundred
they make the
percent.
adjustment, and we didn't make the adjustment. That's the problem,
No,
because they kept creeping back. Their defense kept creeping back in the middle because they knew we wanted the middle, because that's our bread and butter. And they kept creeping back, which is why that second interception happened,
That's so
you
because
know,
they were
frustrating.
already ready for it.
and 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 I kind of knew we were kind of screwed on as far as defense because Fangio says he goes it's hard to cover Lamar Smith.
Jackson, but
You
yes.
know, he says what he's got a good arm. I don't care what anybody says. He's he can make those deep throws. He's good. You know, and he's been improving a lot this year with that.
Well,
And
we
he said
didn't
he's
get
just hard
pressure
to
on
cut.
him.
He,
Yes.
I mean, he says that offense is just it's hard to cover them. I mean, we had what a 6 man lay. What do they call it? 6 man layout on it.
Uh, I think
Uh,
so.
You know, and it's still hybrid. I forgot the names and everything, but yeah, yesterday nobody was on their game except for like maybe Smythe and A Chain
Yes, I thought they did well as Ingold did well.
for
And
blocking.
I
Yeah,
I don't understand um, why we're not using them more. I've been screaming it from the rooftops. I know we
yep,
don't
yep.
like using the tight ends, but we need to.
Oh,
And I think we should give Burials
we
the
do.
ball more. Hey, is that
What's up? Wait,
305?
I need a
Agreed.
second. That's 305 Sports Babe from Twitter. Brr, 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 brr. What's up,
Hey,
305 Sports Babe? Hi,
Hey,
fam. We didn't
hey,
sacrifice a
girl.
healthy tour season for everyone else to get hurt. Exactly. Praying for healing. Oh my God. Absolutely,
I
girl.
just got to
Happy New Year's.
I just got to say congratulations to her because I think I saw her get engaged a
Yes, she
week
did.
ago.
She got engaged. Absolutely.
Congratulations.
The Tennessee game. So that
Hearts are breaking all over the Miami right now.
mm, I'm sure they are. She is a heartbreaker. Oh man, love you, girl. Oh my gosh, phenomenal. I can't wait to have her on again, because we love to have our sessions here. So hopefully I can get her after the Bills game, and it'll be free for a win Monday. You know what I mean? That'll be great. But thank you guys. And again, everybody on Twitter and Twitch that's watching, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, guys. It really does help out the channel. Also, to come over here, hit that like button, and then go right. But where were we? Where were we? Lance, I think you were talking about how their coverage definitely changed, which made us have to adjust too. And I have to agree. I don't think that we made the adjustments, in my opinion. I
No,
don't think
that
that we did. Offensively, we didn't, and that's on McDaniel. That is
yeah,
on McDaniel. I can't. I
yes it
can't
is.
put that 100% on Tua. You know what I mean? And now Tua has to execute. Obviously, you know what I mean. He's gonna be smart. Take the check down. Take what the defense gives you. But I don't think McDaniel necessarily put him in the best position. Um, 100% of the plays that he called. I don't. I'm sorry. There were some plays that highly questionable plays. You know me, and I hate those fade routes, and I absolutely hate those screens 3, 4, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't
Absolutely
understand
irk
those.
me.
You're
Like
trying
I still don't understand those.
you're trying to go forward. Why would you do that?
Thank you. We need 2 yards forward. We're gonna go 5 yards back to try to get them 2 yards. Like, oh
And then
Lord.
when we miss it by 1 yard, they're like, huh?
Exactly. Trying to stay positive. Please hit the like button, please. Yay! Bebop, good morning to you, sir. Yes, guys, hit that like button. We're saying positive, guys. Listen, we all love. Can we say this? Because I know we're all love our team, but we're also critical of our team and our QB. Is that a fair statement to say for the three of us?
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
I'm always hard on the quarterback,
Of
anyways, because
course.
the quarterback who leads supposed to lead the team, and that was
Hmm.
another thing. I didn't
Agree,
see
Carlos.
Tua lead anybody anywhere that game. I mean,
It
I
it was a
I
tough one.
I don't know. I mean,
It
because
was a tough one.
even like with Trash Allen, when they're down, he takes charge. Whether you like him or not, he does. He'll take charge. He'll run you over or he'll kill you with his arm.
Mm.
I don't see that with Tua, or I should say, I don't see that
You
enough
mean
with
take
Tua.
over a game? Take over
Yeah,
a game.
I think
I,
I think
he
when
just
he
doesn't
takes
do
it
it.
over, he just looks different. He's not that same type of personality that little Joshy is. He is a different, thank goodness he's a different personality. I just think
Well,
when
thank
Tua
God for
takes
that.
over, it looks different.
Well, it's not working.
It isn't it? Isn't
He
it?
didn't. It didn't show it these last few games. He'll show it like when we're winning.
How so, insanity?
Well, I mean, if everybody thought at the beginning of the season or before the season started that we were in this position, 99.9% of everybody's going to be like, yes, way to go. Because we haven't been in this position in a very long time. I think you got to look at it as compared to, and we're in our driver's seat. We can take care of our own business. And I like that.
Yeah, it's up to us. Listen,
Uh, for me, Tua just
we
chokes during big game. The bigger the game, the more he
so
just
far in the
doesn't do
last 4 years, that has seemed to be the case, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because
it.
I know that he's got it in him. You know what I mean? He's got it in him. And people are gonna say, no, he doesn't, Miss Finch. He shows you time and time again he doesn't. No, he does. The problem is, I think it might actually be a more of a mental thing for Tua than anything
Well,
else.
I'm
Because
sure it
we
is, but
see the ability, we see the physical ability. Okay, look, I get it. The level of play that we go up against in these other teams, like the Lions, or whatever, that's the running joke of, yeah, he can do it versus crap teams. Fine, fine. But the ability's still there, is it not? You know what I mean? So for me, it's more of this has to be more mental than anything else because the physical ability for Tua to do it is there. The problem is the mental for the execution,
well, I
not
mean, we ain't
I
we ain't got a life. I don't want another Tannehill. I'm not saying he's Tannehill, but I don't want to be with him for 7, 8 years and he's still not getting over that hump.
Well,
And
we
Well,
haven't
we don't have a
come to
choice
the
either.
hump yet.
So
We haven't come to the
exactly.
hump. The hump is still
The-
in front of us. And you can't say that. I mean, the scenario of people saying we can't win against big teams is ridiculous because let's look at what so-called great teams have done this season. You can't overlook the fact that Philly lost to Arizona. And look who all Kansas City has lost to. And as far as our so called loss to Philly, there's an asterisk by that game. No one will ever convince me otherwise.
I'm
That was
with
the
you on
most
that.
asinine
I
thing
am
I've ever
so
seen.
with you on that game.
So I'm not taking the L from Philly. As far as
No.
I'm concerned,
hey,
it didn't happen.
hold on. 2 seconds, guys. We got our first super chat of the new year, Carlos. Thank you
Nice,
so much.
Carlos. Go,
Thank you
girl.
so much, Carlos. The first super chat of the year. Thank you. Carlos says, I have never seen Tua take over a game. To me, he is a game manager. You know what? He is a game manager. And take over a game in the sense of what we've are looking for, you know what I mean? I haven't seen that yet. And but the potential's there. That's what hurts more than anything else. The potential is there. You see? The
Well,
potential is there, and
yeah.
that's the that's what we get let's be real, Lance. That's why we get frustrated. If Tua was truly garbage, we would be like, nah, we it wouldn't even face it. It's like he's
No, yeah.
absolutely trash. It's the fact that we know he's got the potential. He's flashed
Well,
his
it's like what
potential.
it's like what TD says. That said, he's good enough to be not good enough.
That is
So,
so not true. That is not true because I'm telling you how many drops has Tyreek and Waddle had this year? How many? Huge passes, huge first downs that we needed could have changed games big time. I
he's not
just
wrong there.
I literally cannot stand the thought that he chokes in big games. That is not true. If you
What
want to
one
say
hasn't he though?
our team chokes, maybe that, but you can't put this on
Three
one guy.
three interceptions against Tennessee last year.
Oh, horrible.
49ers. There was two there, three there. He fumbled. Uh,
Three
I
All
mean,
right, that
it
was
is
interceptions.
what it
last
is.
year.
I
Let's
mean,
at
even
least focus this year.
okay,
Let's at least focus.
even in college, he had 1 year where he went to the championship that he took over through one touchdown. He got credit for the game,
Yes,
and then choked the
I
next
agree.
two championships
I listen.
against good
I
teams.
I
And then
don't
he's
think
doing it here.
you can't put it on just him though. There's an entire
You
team
can.
that has responsibility. And the
There,
Tennessee game, why was the Tennessee offense just moving down the field on our defense? Why couldn't we stop them? Are we going to say that's all on Tua? Because I don't think it is. I'm just saying. Think back through this season. Think how many great passes that great receivers dropped. I mean, you can't do any more than put it in their hands.
and
If you
then,
Let
put
me
it
you
in
say
their
know,
this.
at,
Hold
hands,
up.
at the same
Let's
time, you
before
could also say all the passes that two are thrown that were over their heads, not,
he has
or hit the
responsibility in his
grounds
hands.
or
I agree.
it all comes out even.
I
let me
listen.
take this real quick, guys. Let me take this because I wanna be able to answer it. And I want everybody to have their chance to respond, and that's why I love having you guys up here, and I love that you guys respect the channel. But I will say this, and to your point, Pamela, I understand what you're saying. No one has 100% of the blame, and I think that Lance and I, like anybody, could say that it's never one guy. This, at least for me, I'm not speaking for Lance or anyone else, but at least for me, I will say this: when you have, a quarterback that you want as your franchise quarterback, that those are the guys that, by definition, are the ones that are going to be that X factor, where there is, the defense is not pulling their weight, you know, then we need you to go blow for blow with that other team. You see what I mean? So it's taking. You know what? Let me give you a key example, ladies and gentlemen. The best example I can give you: Week 1 versus the Chargers. I thought it was one of Tua's best game in his career, in my opinion, and that's a very good example of going up against a very good team. Yes, regardless of what happened at the end of the season, up to that point, the Chargers were a very good team. Look at what they did. They made the playoffs last year. It's a playoff caliber team. Okay. And what did we do? What did our offense do? What did our quarterback do? What he was supposed to do. Our
Yep.
defense allowed a 200-yard runner. Our defense allowed 30 points to be scored, 30 plus points. What did our offense do? What did our quarterback do? Go
For
blow for
again and
blow,
again.
which is
Yep.
what we need him to do. That's an example of a game of where that us who are critiquing of Tua is we need to see that Tua in other games. Go blow for blow.
I don't
And that's what
disagree.
we needed here in the
Okay,
Ravens game. We needed him to
this
go
is
blow
what
for
I
blow.
said. I judge a
Go ahead,
quarterback
Lance, and then
also.
Pamela.
How I also judge a quarterback is the first half of season and second half of season. How good were they in the beginning of the season? First 8 games, whatever, and then the second half. It's night and day with Tua.
I I honestly think
The
it's night and day with
inconsistency.
our team. It's night and day with our team. The dude
Well,
threw
agree to disagree, but
two. That I mean, that's fine. Oh, I'm not
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to
I mean,
convince you at all. No,
right.
and yeah,
And
and
we're
I
not going to convince
respect
each other.
your opinion. I respect what you're saying, and to some degree, I agree with you. I'm not saying he played great. I'm not saying that. I got plenty of critiques for him. I'm just saying that this loss and that bad game is on the entire team. I don't think we can blame him more than we blame the coach
Oh
or
no,
the defense or the receivers or the offensive line. There's just to me it was
It
a
was a
team
complete team.
loss.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah, last Sunday, I would definitely have to agree.
Yeah, this just like our Cowboys game was a complete team win, where Tua did
Yes.
his job and what we needed him to do. This was a complete team loss, and Tua didn't do his job and didn't do what we needed him to do. You see what I mean? So those two things, we just saw the polar opposite of each other in 2 weeks straight. Now, shout out
Yes.
to Carlos with another $5 donation. Man, Carlos,
Man,
thank
look
you
at
so
Mister
much. I
Moneybags.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. He says, like I have said before, I could I could have been a top 5 pick coming out of Alabama in my wheelchair. Go Gators!
Go
He's
Gators. I'm
not
with you,
wrong.
Carlos. Go
Oh,
Gators.
that's
Gators.
He's not
oh,
wrong.
holy smokes! Okay, Carlos, that's probably one of the funniest quotes I've read all year.
He's
Oh,
not wrong though. I
I
mean,
love it how
that
he puts on the wheelchair part. That's the part that got
Yeah, that's good. That's very
me. Go
good.
Gators! You
that
know.
Alabama offense those years were vicious.
I love that, man. Thank you again for the donation. But you know what? It's true. It's you cannot put this 100% on Tua. But because this is Tua Tuesday, and we wanna focus on our quarterback today. Um, he needed to again elevate himself and go blow for blow. Take what the defense gave. It's like we were forcing the ball down the field, and this also goes into McDaniel too. So it's not just Tua, because it also going into the game planning for McDaniel, and
Yep.
then the adjustments McDaniel didn't do. But it's like we were trying to force the ball in the first half, and then we in the midfield and long range, and then we were trying to force the ball, dinking and dunking in the second half. It was so weird.
I
it's just
people were
go
staring at
ahead.
me in my truck when I was watching the game in my truck. People
Yeah.
kept looking over at me because I was cussing like a mother. Mm. I was, why are you doing this, McDaniel?
Oh my dude, I was like it was a
It's
group of we
funny.
were at the restaurant. I was yelling at the piece so loud. I forgot I was at a restaurant. They got other people were yelling too. I'm like, what the heck was that? What kind of what is he doing? And Miss Fins was not Miss Fins. I was not PG. I'll tell you that because
Oh
I
no.
was just the sheer frustration because we know what our team is capable of.
We
That's what we
do.
get so mad
Yep.
because we know what we can do, and then we just see that. It's like I get
Well,
it.
I get
It was
mad
a
because
powerhouse.
in the beginning of the season, I know what Tua can do, and I just don't see him having that oomph that he has in the beginning of the season.
But he also doesn't have that offensive line. We've got so
Our
many
offensive line did okay this
injuries.
year.
And I mean, that is,
Our O
you
line has
can't,
been fine.
listen, they have played outside themselves. We definitely have had guys stepping up, next man up mentality. But at some point, and especially in the Baltimore game, we just kept losing people and losing people. I mean, you gotta realize a lot of time he didn't have time. Their defensive line was mowing over our offensive line.
Well, they were also covering
This
good
is the
too,
thing.
because the
Yeah,
Tua's best
this is the
under
thing.
Tua. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead, Lance.
Tua is best at in less than 2 seconds to throw the ball.
Like
So
2.1, 2.3. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and he had that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sometimes.
but if
No,
they're
Pamela.
covered,
This is the thing.
if they're
He
covered,
actually. Go ahead, Lance. Finish it, and then I'll go.
if they're covered in those 2 seconds, he's done. Well, I'm not going to say done, but he I don't know the word for it.
He doesn't look to other options. Let's put it that
Right.
way. And
Uh,
this is the
That's
thing.
the
This is
way
the
our
frustration.
offense is designed. It's designed to
Is
throw
it
to a
our offense or
spot
is it our
on the
quarterback?
field. No,
Is it our offense
I
or is it
want
our
you to
quarterback?
what,
look at how many times Tua threw where there was nobody there. He throws to a spot. You have to understand that a lot of our offense is about that,
True.
making great routes. And how many times did you see where a receiver was over, turning one side and threw it Tua through to the other? And it was before the receiver broke. So you understand that he's throwing to a spot. I mean, I'm telling you, a huge portion of our offense is designed like that.
okay, but if they're
So
blocked
this
or
is
they get pushed off, then it breaks up the whole play,
But
and
it's
that's
because
it.
we're a timing offense. But this is
Yeah.
the thing. Look, Pamela. You're 100% right. But then that also goes into discipline. Discipline should be there for the team. Discipline should be
100%.
in the huddle. Discipline should be in the quarterback to tell his guys, in this play you do this, in this play you do that. Break. You
Right.
see what I mean?
Yes,
And
but
and, and that's the lack of discipline is what's costing that miscommunication, in my opinion.
so I don't disagree with that wholly. Um, what I do think is that when Tua gets the play called in and he gives the play in the huddle, I'm pretty sure he expects that receiver, whoever it is, whether it's the running back, the wide receiver, the tight end, or the fullback, he expects that guy to go where he's supposed to go on that play. And you can see that it happens quite often that nobody is there. And of course, the thing that, catches my breath every time he's throwing into quadruple coverage. But man, if he's
Is
throwing to
that on
Tyreek, a
McDaniel or is
lot
that
of
on Tua?
I think it's yes. D, all of the above. I think
So
it's
you're
D.
telling me that that's on McDaniel if Tua's throwing on quadruple coverage?
Well,
There's
when you
no other
see a
options
lot of
available for him?
what I'm saying is that when you see that they throw into that type of coverage in the middle of the field and they're going to Tyreek, right? You know that they expect Tyreek to come down with the ball, and usually he does. Usually. He's snatching
Mhm.
that ball out of the air right in the middle of 3 or 4 shirts from the other team. It reminds me a little of Dan Marino trying to fit it in where there is no room, but he could fit it in
Yeah, but Dan
anyway.
Marino
And
had a cannon.
sometimes Tua does, well, no kidding. I mean, absolutely. But sometimes Tua gets it in there hot too. And
Oh,
sometimes he doesn't.
100%. Carlos again with another donation, $2 donation, Carlos.
Carlos!
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. He says all NFL QBs throw the spot, which you're not wrong. Some of them also do have a little bit more arm strength where they're able to be a little bit more hesitant, read the field a little bit longer before, and make up that time with the way they throw the ball. But this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be 100% on anybody, but the to say that the O line it's a major problem, I don't think it is because Butch Berry has done a phenomenal job. He's my coach of the year. If I'm handing out awards for Dolphins coaches, it's 100% Butch Berry, my coach of the year, in my opinion. And Fincani said it earlier. Tua does help make this O line great. And I've told you guys this: Tua and the O line have to be playing together, and his ability to work that pocket has improved every single year, in my opinion. That's one of the things that I can, and I've said this every single year. His pocket presence has improved, and which is why it helps out our O line, and him to be able to overcome those two, three, four guys we're missing because we haven't had our starting O line at all this year. This is something that I will say. To me, I cannot put on the O line because Tua has proved to you, the O line has proved to you, and Butch Berry has proved to you that the O line has given him consistently the right amount of time. And whenever Tua gets too much time, what happens? Statistically speaking, he does a bad throw, he gets sacked, he gets injured.
Intercepted.
That's what happens if he gets that. That's what I mean, a bad throw. Or yeah, a bad throw is gonna lead to either an interception or just an incompletion. But that's with him having too much time. I think he outthinks
Well,
himself. It's like if I don't do this now and get it out now, he out he McDaniels himself and doesn't know how to. I mean, I'm being serious. You guys know what I
that's
I
mean
like
when
the
I
way
good.
you
say
I
said
this.
that.
get you.
Daniel outthinks himself sometimes. I'm like, he tries to be like, oh,
100%.
I know what you think I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do what I think. And it's like, bro, less is more sometimes. You know what I mean?
A
And
100%.
he McDaniel's himself, and it's like, oh, to just take the check down. It's right there. You know what I mean? If they took away your three guys in either the outright, the slant, or the post, just take the check down. It's there for a reason. Like, and this is the part that's frustrating. You know what I mean? Because we know we have talent in this team. This is a top five talented team. But when it comes to a powerhouse that we just went through, which is the Baltimore Ravens, that is a powerhouse, clearly. Arguably, they have the MVP now.
Who do
We
you think
have
is
to
the
be able to
most?
answer the hole
I
Who do y'all think is the most improved this year
in the team.
on the team on
the
offensive?
offensive line as a whole. The offensive line as a whole. And to speak to what you were just saying, Miss Fens. So I agree with 95% of what you just said. Butch Berry 100% has done miracles. Miracles.
Hmm.
He is my top coach as well. And I think our offensive line, I mean, he knew what he had. He knew he didn't need others. The only mistake in that is you can't foresee this many injuries. I mean, you can foresee, Armstead having issues and going down and needing to replace him, or maybe one other guy.
Connor.
This level of injuries is so hard to deal with. So that's what I say. The offensive line has been amazing this season until the last couple of weeks. And that is because of the number of injuries. And that is tough to overcome.
But every team goes through injuries. This is why I don't use that as an excuse. This team has been the example, in my opinion, in the NFL of the next man up, and that's a testament to our coaching staff, a testament to our players who have taken the opportunity to progress, to learn, and to get better in this offense and defense. And they just got absolutely outmatched this last game. There's just no other way of putting it, guys. There's
Well,
no other way of putting it.
we didn't show up. People did not do their job the way they should have. And I put that on a whole team, including coaching. And I was saying earlier about the next man up. I agree with you. This team has been the prototype of what next man up looks like. But when the next man up is the water boy, like we've gone through next man, next man, next man, and now the water boy is being our center or our right guard. you
Hey,
know,
the
you can
water boy
only
knocked some
next
people out.
sometimes, right? But you can only next
For
man
real.
up so many times.
Ask Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher, that's right. Yep. But I think
Yeah,
we
guys.
have next man up
Uh,
ourselves to the point where there's no more next man. And the water boy has to step up. Or they're gonna
yeah.
pull me and you in, Miss Vince. I'll do it. It won't be fair. It won't
Oh
look good
Jesus.
because I'll be
Oh
dirty in that
man.
trenches.
This, I mean, they pay me that money for a day. I'll try to do my best, but I know I'm getting slaughtered. That's that's not even a question.
Well, that's why you play dirty. That's
Oh
why you don't
gosh,
play
yeah.
fair. Flag, flag, get her off the field.
Yeah, I think Mostert took a huge jump.
Oh, most are. Oh gosh,
I
to
I have
me,
to agree. Yeah,
the
AJ
difference
too.
because
Austin Jackson too.
last year he was okay. My biggest thing with him was, if he just gets hit, he goes down. Like he couldn't plow through people. He would just fall. This
Hmm.
year, he just plows through them. He gives no f's.
I listen. I disagree with that because I think
It's true.
Mostert was plowing through people last year as well. But I also think that the offensive line wasn't as good as it is or
Right
has
this year.
been this year. And
Right.
so he's able to take advantage of that better. I think Mostert played lights out last year. Now, was he as successful as he is this year? No. But like I said, I put that on the improvement of the offensive line and just the improvement of the team altogether, right?
That could be. Yeah.
But
But
I
there
think
was
he's
but I remember
amazing.
last year. That's what I was thinking. Like somebody would hit him and he'd just fall. You know, quite a few times. I mean, maybe he did plow through some people, but I just remember last year I was like, damn, why are you going down? That wasn't a big hit.
And you know what? But yeah, he would definitely has to be. He's having a career year. Like he even
Oh
said it,
yeah.
and I saw man, seeing his family is so beautiful. You know, a Florida kid, and he even said it like I can't believe it, man. 31 and he's having the best year ever in his career. He's
Yeah.
And
breaking
At
records
30.
practically every
yep,
week now. and he's just absolutely loving it, and he's embracing it, and he, to me, I mean, besides Christian McCaffrey, there's no other running back better than Mostert. Period. McCaffrey
No.
is the only one I can give you because McCaffrey is a
Well,
triple threat. But
well,
A triple
the other
threat. Yeah.
one,
besides him, has to be Mostert. Like
the
Mostert's
other one
just
on the rise, the other one on the rise is A Chain,
that's
And
true.
he was
But
getting
18's a
huge
rookie.
chunks of yards. And
but he's
he
a
is a
rookie. But
rookie.
yeah,
Gonna do
He's a
nothing
I
but
said,
get
rookie,
better.
so
yeah, on the
next
rise.
year we gotta see.
Yes.
Exactly, he's definitely on the right. I will say this because I saw somebody say Austin Jackson. It's another one. I'm so proud of him. Finally
Yeah.
healthy, finally able to impose his will. The left tackle that we were, the right tackle, sorry, that we were looking for. He finally is showing us what he can do, and I'm very proud of him because this is another staple piece that we continue to, we take care of him and we keep him here and keep developing him. Then it's gonna give us another solidified piece in this O line, that we can continue to move forward with. So I'm happy with that. Now, I asked a question, guys, because again, it's Tool Tuesday. I asked this question to everybody, and I thought it was a great question from CB. So thanks, CB. But the question was: Is Tua an asset or liability to the team? 58% of you guys said a liability.
Oh
41% of you guys said asset. Now, I'm gonna
man.
ask you this, you two, because I got both of you guys. Obviously, you're opposite ends of the coin. I feel like I'm right in the middle. But I have to ask you this question, and I want to take it. I want to get your opinion on this. When it comes to Tua specifically in his level of play, and it's a two-parter, and his level of play when we're dealing with playoff caliber teams, would you say he's a liability or an asset? I'm gonna make it more specific. And versus playoff caliber teams, is he an asset or a liability so far?
This from the time he's played, I'd say have to say liability. I hate saying that because there's a few times where I think he showed, but for the most half, he's a liability
Versus playoff caliber teams. Okay, what
against
about
play.
you,
Yeah,
Pamela? What do you think?
I a
I'm talking
hundred.
specifically playoff caliber teams.
Yep. Yep. 150% tell you he is an asset. He is an
How so?
asset. Do I? Well, first of all, I think that remains very calm in games. You don't see him over there pitching a fit and yelling at other players. You see him taking this team on his back. He can get rid of that ball so fast. I believe that if we can, get a few healthy people back so that he has, good performers around him, and if everybody steps up and does their part, I think he's going to take us there. And we don't have a sample of Tua in the playoffs. We don't. You can't look at a game and go, yeah, he did this in a playoff game because we don't have one. So this year, until I hear the fat lady sing, and like I said, I don't even see a fat lady. So until I hear the music tuning up, Tua is an asset, and I'm willing to just stand behind him as I do the entire Miami Dolphins team and say, go get him. Show us. Do it. We know you can.
I see your point, Pamela. And I'm gonna answer that specific question too because that's why I wanted both of you guys' opinion. You know what I mean? Because again, it's a flip side. I think it equally represents a fan base, and that's what I love. But if I have to put this, when it comes to playoff caliber teams that we come up against, one thing I will say that this I will push back on, Pamela, is I haven't seen that poise from him. That I will say. I haven't seen uh to um be relaxed in the pocket. You know what I mean? Because when Tua plays relaxed in the pocket, he's an assassin. But versus those player caliber teams, I haven't seen him be relaxed in the pocket to the point where you can see, okay, this is exactly what I know exactly what I gotta do. Let's go ahead and saddle up and cowboy up and let's get this done. I haven't seen that from him. Versus the play again, I'm making it specific versus a playoff caliber team because we've seen him be poised in the pocket. But versus a playoff caliber team, that's where I have to push back a little bit. I think he gets a little bit more nervous because it means so much, because it's so much right on. It could be part of his upbringing too. We know about his daddy and the way he was brought up,
Okay.
and he doesn't want to let anybody down. I get that. Listen, I'm actually I can relate a lot to Tua because I'm pretty much the same. Like I'm not even lying to you. Like this is why I'm like I relate so much to Tua and I get frustrated because I know what that is. You know what I mean? You don't want to disappoint anybody, and he gets frustrated on himself when he does. So he doesn't want to make the mistake. And that's when he can get gun shy at times. He doesn't want to put this team in a bad position. And that's when you see he might not go into that other read. That yeah, seems like uh he needs to take over the ball or play hero ball or try to push the ball down the field to show that he can actually do it. It's like, no, Tua, we know you can do it. You know what I mean? But now we need to go ahead and take over the game. Now we need
Well,
you to manage the game better. And that's where I
well,
say versus playoff caliber teams
right. I just
where
think
he
that
needs to improve.
I get your point about the father and the raising and all that kind of stuff because it took me to be in my 60s before I could mentally say to my father, "Go jump." Um, and because I don't think he's like to his father. I think my father is like way, way, way worse. In fact, I know he is. But that's hard to overcome. That kind of thing. It's
I'm
hard to
still scared.
overcome it.
I'm still scared of my dad. So,
It's
There you
called
go. Well,
respect, people. This
and
is
he's like
yes,
we're
almost. He's in his
I
80s.
know I'm younger than you guys,
my
but
dad is
that's
too,
that's it's called respect. We were brought to respect our elders. You know what I mean?
and
You respect your
yep.
elders no matter what.
You
So
Nah,
notice I said that I
that and getting tossed into the wall a few times.
yeah, yeah,
Because,
beat
you know,
around. Yep, I'm with you, Lance. I'm with you. But my dad
like
is
okay,
Superman.
89
I'm not gonna
now.
have that, but I'll take you
Yeah, I
guys'
have.
word for it.
I don't want to say
Yeah,
much because somebody may say something and turn them in or something nowadays.
Exactly, it's family friendly.
right, right. How old is your child? Well, 64. Okay, well, sorry. Sorry, you're on your own, lady. But the thing is that is hard to overcome, and I understand that. But I also noticed that you know our team looked flat going into that game. It wasn't Tua. I mean, I'm not saying he looked great. He looked flat. He looked discombobulated, off, not on the same page with the receivers and things like that. But they also looked off. Everybody looked a little bit off. And we should have come into that game angry. They were angry. They brought the we're going to kill somebody attitude. We needed that. Where was that?
Well, they
So
also
we're
wanted payback from last year.
yeah, because
Sure.
they
But
were
we,
pissed from last year.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
well,
yeah.
and that's
We
a perfect
embarrassed them in their own
example
home.
of Tua
We
playing a
embarrassed.
playoff caliber team. And he took control of that game and you know, I, you got to
Yeah,
say
and
that was a
and
playoff
and
caliber team.
it was absolutely a playoff caliber team, and the defense did their job. Didn't allow them to score in the second half, and
Yep.
the offense was able to move forward. My guy, good sexy, got two very beautiful
Yes,
touchdowns
sexy. He
to
was
make it
my guy
happen.
too. Yep.
Uh, but I'll
But
tell you
that's what
this,
I'm
like
saying. If you're going to give him The bumps for how we played, I'm giving the whole team the lumps for how we played
Yeah,
Sunday.
but
I'm
the
giving the
quarterback
whole
gets
team
Miss
the
Pamela.
go ahead.
The
Well,
quarterback gets the flowers. They get the girls. They get the big contracts. They get the endorsement deals. They get the big trucks. They get all that. They also take all
Yeah,
the blame and all the criticism because that's part of the position when you're the leader and the face of the team. That's
I
what comes with the territory.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
disagree with that, but we didn't set that bar like that, right? Like we're actually looking at an entire team. When we win a game, I don't say, well, Tua was the guy, he won that game, because there's a whole other group of people on both sides of the ball working hard and doing their job. So personally, I'm not giving him the flowers over the rest of the team. I give him his flowers, and but the whole rest of the team. How many times has our defense kept us in games and literally won games for us? But that's how it is. And one part falls off
90%,
a little,
95% of the time.
that it's both.
Like that's literally 95% of the time has been a defense keeping us close or giving us the ball
Well, I
within
don't
the
know
red
about
zone or
95. Yeah.
oh, okay, fine. Maybe I'm a
They're,
little bit exaggerating
I
there,
would say
but
between 85 and 90.
but
85.
that's what
it's
they're supposed to do, right? That's what they're supposed to do is
and the offense is
do
supposed to
their
take
job.
advantage of those opportunities and score, not
Oh,
throw a pick the next play.
and don't drop the ball when it's right in your hands. I mean, I can just
It's true.
counter that
It's
every
true.
time because
Well,
You're
yeah,
how
right.
many
That's
times were
true.
there huge first
that,
downs that we had and a wide receiver dropped the ball?
That is true. I'm not
you
taking
know,
that away.
yeah, you can't take that away. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's
Yep,
throws that nobody, like 10 feet over someone's head or 20 feet to
100%.
the left or to the right or to the ground. We can all say how many bad throws he's thrown and good ones. It's a
Yes.
matter of if you're only going to look at the good ones, you're not going to uh, see his faults, and you're
Well,
going to
no,
think
I
that he
see his
has none,
faults. You
and he
know,
has plenty of them.
he does. He absolutely does. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying that he doesn't have stuff to work on and he doesn't need to play better. I'm not saying that because he does. But I'm just saying you can't lay it all on him. Either way you go. This is a
Not this
team
That
game,
is
game.
no,
true. That's true. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you can't lay it on anybody 100%. That's see those and those where those are the people that I'm like, now you're being an extremist, and to me that's not. You have to have balance. Yes, you can be frustrated with Tua, but it's not
Yeah.
100% on Tua. You can be frustrated on McDaniel, not 100% on him. Frustrated on Vic Fangio, not 100% on the him. You know what I mean? Frustrated on the
Yep.
defense, but it's not 100% on them. We understand is for the most part the most sensible fans there are the extreme fans that live on both sides of the aisle, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, we gotta do better versus a playoff caliber teams because we're lucky this was a regular season game and we got one more game to make something
Yeah.
happen. In
Yeah.
the playoffs, it's it. That's it. You lose, you're done. And that's what we're about to show up in 2 weeks. We lose,
Yeah,
we don't.
and
Whether we're the second seed or the sixth seed, we lose, we're done. And that's what we can't have. And this
only
That's
is
he
what
why
can
we
I say
change.
can't have.
specifically playoff caliber teams. Real quick, guys, before we continue, Bebop, thank you so much for your $2 donation, man.
Bebop.
Oh my god, I appreciate you so much. Bebop says, unfortunately, we're seeing uncharted to a territory. And you know what?
You're
I
right.
think you're right because he
Kind of.
wasn't here in December
Hmm.
last year or the year
Well,
before that or the year before that. So we are on uncharted, and that's a
but
great point. I didn't
also,
even think about that.
It
well,
It's
is.
a
that, well,
great
even like
point.
towards the end of towards the second half of the last year, he wasn't playing all that great either. I
Yeah,
mean, the
and you
Green
know what?
Well,
Bay, Green
Guess
well,
what?
against
he
Green Bay, what was that? Three interceptions, how
Three
many
interceptions,
he
and a
also
three
fumble,
had a
really bad. Yeah,
and
three
then the
really bad throws.
49ers.
concussion.
We played
Oh,
the 49ers. You got
yeah.
to look at all that. That's the second half of season. That is what's the word? Uh,
Oh,
Damn it!
I think I
I
know what
had
you're
the
trying to
word
say. It's a pattern.
pattern. It's a pattern with him. He's awesome the
Mhm.
first half. Second half, I don't know what
Well, let me
happens.
hold up. But the same uncharted territory. We also got to do this, and that's true, and that's what happened last year. But guess what? My guy, after week 10 this season,
Only he can
guys,
change it.
we're five. We are 5-1 this season, ladies and gentlemen. In the second half of the season, 5-1.
And you can't be
Sorry, five and
mad.
two. My bad. 5-2. I forgot to put the this L for the this. Sorry, we're 5-2 in the second half of the season. Last year, hello, we were getting destroyed. Let me put it to you this way, because guess what? I miss Fins. Yep, I got it from last year. Let me tell you what our last year's was. Okay, last year in the second half of the season. We had the bye last year in week 11, this year week 10. So I'm gonna include week 10 because week 11 ended up being the bye, so they're kind of close to each other. So let's say the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins and your Tua Tagovailoa went 3-5. 3-5 in the second half of the season. We went 3-5 in
And we are
this year.
3-2
And
in
this year,
December this year.
in December alone,
Yes. 3-2.
we are
And
three and
everybody,
two.
yep. Everybody said we can't win in December. Well, hello. We're 11-5. How many people, if we would have told you
We
before
are
the
five
season
and two in
started
the second half
We
so far.
we almost beat Buffalo last year with Skyler,
Thank
with
but
you.
Skylar twice?
You see what I
Twice.
yeah,
mean?
and what ticked me off is that we could have won that game,
We could have
but
won that
the
game.
uh
Buffalo Magic Dragon, the last 4 minutes he
who was
held.
it? The, the,
McDaniel. That was
the
McDaniel, 100% in my opinion.
yeah, because he forgot what down it was.
Yes, he's literally. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't
Yeah,
believe it. But
I was so mad.
We
but you
ran
see
the
what I mean?
ball. We should have continued to run the ball. Those two games just
Oh God, irked
infuriated
me,
me.
irked me. But you see what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? From last year, going literally 2 or 3-5. Right now, in the second half of the season, we're 5-2 already, with one more game to go in the second half. Guys,
Yep.
we have a positive second half in the season, and thankfully, that is a combination of a great coaching, of great quarterback play, and of great team play. But we got to get better. That's the problem. We have to get better, because versus the playoff caliber teams, these are the ones that we're going to face in the playoffs, and we won't have that cushion of, oh, we can just go next week and beat the other team. You see what I mean? And right now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? For all the marbles, we're going to a playoff game right now. This
Yep.
last 3 weeks, I told you
Oh,
guys, and I said this, Cowboys was to clinch playoffs. Ravens was to clinch the division, and Bills was to clinch the first overall. We missed out on clinching the division and the first overall. Now we only have the Bills game so that we can clinch the division.
Yep.
This is a playoff game, period, bar none, no matter how,
Absolutely.
any way you cut it.
yeah.
So, Alex, I know I see you in the back, sir, but I gotta close this down because I'm super late. But I want to get from the two of you guys that are up here. Alex, I'll get you next time, I promise you. Um,
Thank
Hey,
but
God.
Ellen.
stop it, Lance. But we're having such a great conversation. I'm really gonna get out of here. But I want to get from you two
Love you,
guys,
Alex.
looking forward. In this upcoming game, I might have another panel this week too. I might do it Thursday too. But looking to the future in this game, coming up with the Bills, and I don't want score prediction. Tell me how you see this offense playing versus that defense, and tell me how you see this defense playing versus that offense. Pamela, go. Then Lance, I'll end with you.
Well, what I know is our coach needs to mix it up. Don't get sold on one or two players, mix it up. I want 6, 7, 8 guys at least touching the ball. Mix it
Excuse me.
up. And of course, a little bit of health, a couple of people coming back. I think that's going to make the difference. As for our defense needs to control Allen and pressure him because when he gets rattled, we know what happens. He's the king of the turnover. And that's what I want to see our defense get some turnovers, put a ton of pressure on him, and the offense needs to be spread around. The kitchen sink. That's what I want to see.
I like that. So that's what you want to see. But how do you think our offense is going to do versus the defense? Are we going to be productive?
Oh, I think so if we do what I know we can do, which is spread the ball around. Don't be so there's a really good friend of mine that said he swears he thinks that McDaniel is holding back on some of these plays to like Craycraft and Barrios and Claypool, some of these guys, and saving it for some different games. Could be because I thought we were so vanilla. We were so vanilla. When we did great as an offense, it was because we spread the ball around to 7, 8, 9 guys. So that's what we have to do. And if we do those things, we will beat that defense and they will be exhausted. We're going to wear their little butts down. It's so hot in Miami. It's so hot. I want to hear
Yes,
him
sir.
complain about the heat, even though it's January.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
All right, all right, perfect. Lance, what about you? What do you got on this offense? How do you think this offense is going to be versus that defense?
She pretty much summed it up perfectly. I mean, that's what I've been wanting. That's what I wanted to do this last game. You got to mix it up. You can't just be throwing it to your main guys. I mean, Barrios is a great receiver,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a speedster.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Smite that would just plow you over.
Yeah.
Craycraft. I was never a huge Craycraft fan, but he's good.
Would you? You know what? I'm gonna be a super homer here, real quick. If you had the opportunity of, would you keep this weapon or would you keep Craycraft? Which one do you think would be best? And I'm only gonna keep him as a wide receiver, okay? But
Right.
if we would you take Mike Gesicki versus Craycraft if there were both the receivers? Which one
Yeah.
would you keep? Which one would you actually have?
I'm putting my Homer hat on. Gesicki.
Okay.
I like Gesicki. I'm sorry. I mean, he can't block that well,
He can't block for
but
nothing, but
I
that
like
boy can
Gesicki.
catch. That boy
I
can
like
catch.
the boy can,
Exactly.
man.
Oh
Get
man. Okay.
sexy
Okay.
all
Good.
day.
Get sexy on there. I love it. I have to finish. I have to finish on a positive note, guys. Look at this.
I was
Well,
so mad. I
thank
was so
Anyway,
you. I
depressed
want
when
to
we got
thank
rid
you
of him.
for the show.
me
I was
too, man.
mad too. Yeah,
I was
me
so well.
too.
You know me. I was heartbroken. Like,
Me
because
too.
this is my thing. When you have a weapon, you don't get rid of weapons. You see what I mean?
Right.
We're
Yep.
bringing guys off the bench, like off the field, like nothing. I'm like, yo, and this guy, he was never asking because I spoke to his family, and I'm like, he never, he was not asking for what everybody thought. Oh, he's gonna no. He's young. He just got married. He wanted to live the life. So he's like, no. And it's like, oh, but he built his house in Jersey. Bro, that's your forever home. But he's so young, you don't gotta live in your forever home now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Definitely.
So
He
he
lives up there
wanted
in
to
Kroger.
stay here. Yeah,
He
he
lives up.
wants to be here and have fun and enjoy this team. And I think I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of them passes that Tua has thrown to like Tyreek and Waddle, those fades. You give me those fades to Gesicki, and I give you 97% catch
That's right.
percentage
Yep.
That's
because
right.
that man is already 6'6", and he's gonna give you an extra 4 feet with his arms and an extra 2 feet in the air. So you're talking
Yep.
about 10 feet of plus 10 plus feet of catch radius. I'll take him any day. You see what I mean?
You and I were
Especially the
on
number
that last year. We were on that. Don't trade him. Don't get rid of him. But McDaniel wasn't utilizing him
because he
either.
doesn't
That
believe
was
in tight
so
ends, which is
And
ridiculous.
frustrating.
and that, yeah, and I said that
You
all
don't
that
believe.
like all the year, like the whole year that he was there. I was like, for somebody that's saying he's going to utilize every individual in gameplay, he never did that with Gasecki.
It
Right.
was the dumbest thing ever. And if you were trying to drive down the market, then why wouldn't you pay him then? If you were trying to not pay him, then why wouldn't you pay him the little bit that you were going to offer him? Because I know
Yeah,
he didn't get an offer from Miami.
and he had
And
almost as
if
many touchdowns.
he would have taken it. He would have taken it.
Yeah, and
He's
he
got
would have.
his best friend in
Yeah,
Smythe. He's
I
got
mean, look, I mean, he had almost as many touchdowns as Tyreek and the
He was
rest.
the
dude. He had
number one. He
he
had
was
the highest percentage catch ratio, highest
Right.
percentage on the team. I'm not saying the most yards or anything like that. I'm
and
just
a
saying
red
the
zone
highest
threat.
percentage. And
Nobody catches that ball better in the red zone than Gesicki.
that's right. And if you
Period.
say you don't believe in tight end play, then I say what? You don't believe in receptions, first downs, touchdowns? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Get that out of your head. And I was so glad to see Smythe. And look how good he did. And why
yeah,
not more? Why did we stop
yeah,
throwing to him? Come on, man.
exactly.
That's what I gotta say.
Exactly.
Come
But
on,
I'll
man.
tell you this, guys, and thank you so much, both of you guys, for coming through. And yes, Finsanity, congratulations on winning Miss Finn's Fantasy League. On Thursday, we're going to celebrate it. So you better show up on Thursday because I want to give you your trophy and stuff. So,
What's wrong with your neck?
but yes. Oh, me? No, it's cold, man.
Insanity.
It's Florida. It's
Oh,
Florida. So,
you got a turtleneck
yeah,
shirt on.
I
Okay.
got, I got
It's
a
chilly
scarf on,
here.
man. It's cold. It's chilly, yo.
It is
I'm a
cold,
Floridian,
yes.
Lance. We don't
That's
do
right.
cold, okay? And this is 1 year
Hey,
I can't remember in a long time we got winter, like
yeah.
weeks
Well,
of
it's
cold.
like
You know?
I think it's like 50 degrees here, and I got the heater on.
Oh,
You see
okay.
what I mean?
I
I'm at
just want to
64
say a
degrees
shout
right
out
now.
to Finn Sanity. I haven't seen her in a while. I just want to say shout out to you and hello, ma'am. And thank you, Miss Finn, so much. I enjoyed this so much. Thank you for the platform and the
I miss
opportunity
her
to talk.
channel.
I know, I
I
know.
do
Listen,
miss her with TD and her and her own channel. I miss that.
The Tuesday
Yeah.
night specials, yeah, man. I know, I know. Well, whenever she gets a chance, she tries to come up here. So, but yeah, listen, both of you guys again, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate both of you guys. Any final words? Any final words that you can think
Happy New
of?
Year.
Oh
Go
Hopefully
my
this one's
Finn.
goodness!
better
Happy New
than the
Year's.
next.
Yes,
Hopefully
Go
this is
absolutely,
better
Finn.
than the next last year.
Be
absolutely.
Cinderella.
Be
Go Finns.
Cinderella.
Be Cinderella.
Oh, I love Miss Pamela. Hey, Pamela, I miss you too. Loved all your points. You're amazing. Yes, yes,
Oh,
What
yes.
am I, chopped liver?
So thank you.
yes, apparently.
You're
Damn,
chopped liver land. So am I
that's
apparently
rude.
too. So am I apparently too. So it's okay. We'll be chopped liver. Uh,
Thanks, Insanity.
man, the
You're
feel
just a
bad for the
doll.
livers, yo. They always get the tail end. But anywho, Lance, Miss Pamela, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming through, guys. And I will catch you guys tomorrow when we do the ACE show in the morning. I can't wait to get you guys over here too. Look, see, yeah, she's like, Lance, you were too hard on Tua.
I know she loves Tua,
Now,
but hey,
hey, hey, she is a Queen
I
Tuaneer.
remember when we got him, like she was on the video, like her whole family was exaggerating.
Yeah, yeah, the Tuaneer ma'am herself,
She was like
Miss
that. I was going like, no.
Insanity.
Plants, all Finsanity needs is a cracker
Uh,
for
hey,
the
I don't know
chopped
how to take
liver.
that.
For the a cracker for the chopped liver. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how to take that.
I don't Well, anyways,
Uh,
guys, I appreciate both of you guys. Mwah! Happy New Year's. Much
peace.
love. Many blessings to both of you guys, man. Thank you so much for coming through. Take care. See you
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye.
hmm But, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, man. What a crazy, crazy, crazy show. But I love it. You know what I mean? This is to a Tuesday. I went way past my bedtime, and by bedtime I mean I'm gonna get But this was till Tuesday, you know what I mean? How did the Dolphins lose? The Tua was able to help out. Those are the questions that we talked about, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the members who come through to really truly support, man. You guys, oh man, you guys have no idea how grateful I am for you guys that go the little extra and beyond and are able to. And if you're able to become a member, keep supporting the channel because it really does help out the channel so much so we can continue to do this and give everybody a platform where see two very different opposing view, guys. And this is why I like how you guys respect the channel because we can have a conversation. You can hear each other's thoughts. You can disagree as well. You know what I mean? And we can still have fun and enjoy it. So thank you all of you guys for being here and for this awesome new year. And I look forward to an even awesomer new year coming up in 2024, guys. Again, congrats for Insanity. On Thursday, we're celebrating the win. So hopefully you can come in. Expect you to come in because I know your fans are going to want to see you and give you your trophy. But thank you again, guys, for coming through. This is Miss Phins. This is Tuesday. Appreciate all of you guys, man. Take care. Be blessed. Have fun. Be Bob. Happy New Year to you too. Brr, 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 brr. It's a new year, baby. It's a new year. Do 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 do. Hey, do 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 do. Hey. Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year. God bless. Mwah! And I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Fizz, we miss your background. Guys, I'm not home. I'm at my mother's house. So it's the holidays. So I gotta I gotta skedaddle. Got a few days off, so I'm enjoying my break. I'm enjoying vacation right now. But yes, I'll be back at home in the studio slash office pretty soon, hopefully tomorrow morning. So that way we can we can go ahead and see the background. But don't worry, I got you. Anyways, guys, take care. Bye bye. And again, fins up.